just swap the files? But I sent them to. She's not gonna have the bob hair in this one?
No. That's for the other file.
What? Why
Oh yeah, she would have her
hairstyle.
Yeah, she would have her outfit. It doesn't matter right now though.
You gotta see if it works before I leave.
Well, you should have done it faster.
Then what faster? I had it done days ago.
Well, days ago was like...
It takes like 2 minutes to move the files.
Mm-hmm. I should probably at least download it before I have to have things showing.
It's those 3.
All 3?
Yeah.
Why is it 3?
Because I didn't compile them. I just threw them in there. It replaces 3 files with the exact same name that you already have in the folder. It's a hot patch.
See, now it's going to take longer because you're not giving me... And I got to go find them. See, this is already taking too long, Michael.
You know exactly where they're at.
And I don't know where those ones are at.
They're in the VNs. Under models. Keep going. It's all that crap. Just toss it into that folder.
That's the old ones. This is models.
It's in this folder. You're in the right folder.
Oh, it's in the main folder. Okay. Okay, where did it go?
Did it. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, but let's see if that actually works.
Yeah. Like, I was sick when I did it. I'm still kind of sick, but I was like...
Sunset.
Like, it was a war zone.
In the bathroom?
I said I would do, yeah, in the bathroom. And I was just like, I said I'd do it today. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
What did you do?
It crashed. Right after opening it.
Maybe you didn't like the sudden change.
I normally, for big changes, I don't like replacing models because it can break a file. Okay.
It looks like it's broken.
Well, something is broken with the lighting in it now.
Guess I didn't test the lighting.
Well, with lights on and off.
It looked like she was bald.
Yeah, because it was not correctly positioned. Yeah, ghost fact.
Ghost fact. There's ghosts. What's the ghost fact?
Yep. It's still broken where even removing the model corrupts the file and closes it. So as of right now, I can no longer work on that file.
Just delete those 3 files and then replace it with the files in the original pack I gave you.
But you said to replace them.
I did. Just switch it back for now. I'll figure out why later. It worked for me.
Yeah, but when you make something and you export it, you get everything out to exactly what it needs to be, and then you gave me a piece of it.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Why not the whole thing?
I gave you the piece that mattered.
Not.
You can just click undo, probably.
I don't know.
If not, you just...
Okay, it might let me.
Should have worked.
This is why normally, like, if you do big changes to a model, you should just say this is V2 or something until you know that something's going to work 100%, because if you were going to replace something, you can just break something completely. Or all the animation that you put on something will collapse because the model you had it on doesn't work anymore. But if you did it on a second one, you can copy paste things over. You shouldn't do that. You're working with SFM here. Do it.
Did it on my computer.
You should export. No, but if I have a bunch of motion on it.
Oh, it crashed.
It didn't even open this time. I'm not going to go and figure that out right beforehand. Literally a minute after stream starts. You break everything.
You intend to break everything.
My guess is that by undoing that, yeah, it removed the model, or it didn't replace, or it just moved it back. So now it just completely deleted it.
Yeah.
So now I have to go and find it. 2 minutes, Michael. 2 minutes.
Why don't it take 2 minutes to break it? That's it.
Some of those don't last that long. Sorry, we'll get started as soon as I get everything fixed. That's fine. Now let's try it.
You're gonna be so mad if this don't work.
No, because it can actually cause, like, if it actually breaks the model and doesn't actually, it makes the other original file no longer work. It's like a long process to get it to be fixed.
That doesn't make any sense. It's the same file.
Something with Michael's model's broken.
No, that's the same file. I don't even understand how that could break it.
Okay.
It's only when you turn on the light.
No, it's when I do. It's when I go to do anything.
Oh.
I tried to delete a different model and it didn't work either.
Well, that kind of suggests that the file is right, but it's doing something goofy.
Which means that I have to go into recovery mode with it, which is not fun. I'm trying to delete something on there just to see if I can.
The only way to fix the hair then is to.
Well, that's why you need to, like, send everything, not just like individual files.
Well,
when you go to compile something, other things could change. So it's just better to get everything.
Doesn't really make sense because you are using the original files now. I'm trying to, like, mentally think about how.
I'll have to do a recovery on it, but that takes like a good half hour, and so I'm not going to do that here. So we're going to work on a different scene. I just don't know what that is yet.
See, now I'm baffled about how to fix the hair now at all.
Try opening up the factory one.
She's got her hair.
Okay, this one works. I'm able to. So
See, now I'm curious if this scene works with the other hair.
There is the chance, because SFM does some weird stuff. I went to open that one with the changed file, and it can sometimes do some goofy stuff to where it now is expecting that specific one on that file. So, but I opened up this one after I'd already replaced the other one.
Can you replace it back to C?
I don't want to break things that are already done. I'm not going to risk it.
Okay.
We're just going to call that one a loss for right now, and we'll go back to it.
But I need to replace the hair eventually, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay.
What you're telling me is, all right, you just started a 3-hour stream. Now just do troubleshooting and fixing for my shit for the next 3 hours. No. It's not going to happen. I'm trying to do... Oh, Fluttershy speech, I think, just needs poems.
Troubleshooting stream.
No, I don't like doing troubleshooting stream because that's stupid. I need to double check if this is all done. I think this is all done. Anyways, hello.
I think you still need to do the crowd.
I have to do a post.
I think you wanted to do a crowd in this and you hadn't done it yet.
I just want to make sure that's all I need. Because that means this one can be marked done. It's just... it's a lot of horses.
It's just
She's just like
Like, hi, Fluttershy, I came. Your mom told me she paid me $20 to show up. This is supposed to be the speech that Velvet Remedy watched over and over and over again. It was almost like a drug. Correct. I think that's the case.
oops.
Now, it's probably one of those little things. It's like super obscure and makes no sense. The source is a touchy creature.
There. So, Fluttershy gives her speech, and then and she's like, "Yay!"
She's like, I'm not done talking yet, Barry.
She's like, "Yay! Good job!"
He's like, wait, shut up.
Good job!
She just wants to go home. She's not allowed to go home until the speech is over. She's like, what is this? We're gonna stop talking.
See that she's definitely not being held against her will.
Yes. She really was. Excuse me.
I like it. She's just like super happy. She's like, "You're my best friend," and there we go. You're my best friend, and support you. I know you requested the whole company to be here, and I'm the only one that showed up.
Yes. Nobody cares.
And those guys, they're not real. Those aren't horses.
They're cool horses, except for that one. That's a gross horse.
I know, but by percentage, if you were to round the mare percentage to the nearest one, it would be all mare.
Yeah.
If rounding. All right, I got
it. Should be.
Try to undo that. Actually, you know what? I don't even care. We're gonna leave it because it doesn't actually change anything.
I think it was in Project Horizons that Blackjack came across a male leader, and she was flabbergasted by the very idea
Of what?
of a male leader,
Oh,
like a stallion in charge. What will they think of next?
Her hair's got some problems, so I'm gonna try to fix right here.
Yeah, it was in the original Fallout Equestria. They had a stable that rewrote history of like the princesses into princes, and made it so that within that stable, it was always a male led. It was a patriarchy instead of a matriarchy. Which was the opposite of what Pony Society saw in general. And Little Pip I remember because Little Pip was reading the history books and like, this isn't what happened. They were princesses. Like the histories was exactly the same, except princess was swapped out for prince. She was very upset.
Well, it's because she's in the mares, too.
Oh, yeah. But, like, they go into it a bit, but the Vault 2 was very, I guess, religious is the best way to put it. As far as the princesses were concerned, they were the goddesses. So she saw it as almost being blasphemous. So did Velvet. I think most ponies living outside the vaults didn't care. Like, they believed the princesses were a thing, but it wasn't like a religion. Like, it was inside Vault 2.
Okay, it's a little bit too bouncy right here. Actually, no, wait, that's not too bad. Yeah, still, I think it is a little too bouncy. Where's it from here? Yeah, it's from here to here. We'll just round that. Yeah, that's fine. This had a little bit of a delay. So we're going to just grab here, move it back a little. Okay. That looks better.
The first pony to stop clapping gets volunteered for Megaspell testing. You know. You know what we gotta do, Chad? We gotta see when the My Little Pony movie's coming out. Every stream, you have to check at least once.
Okay, when she
Immediately open my phone up to Pony's smooching.
goes back here, this needs to be a little bit earlier. Yep, but now it's also clipping.
Like how I went to look up the Pony movie and my finger immediately just typed in Dow Jones without even thinking about it. I have a problem.
Okay, there's a little bit of a clip here. It doesn't look anything there, and if I don't see a clip, I don't care. And here, yeah, technically it does clip, but you don't see it. But it does clip the podium here, and so that needs to be fixed.
Why is there no new news?
Okay, that's step one of that. Now let's do the other parts for the lower one. I thought this was the other one. Is that back, or that's her back here?
I feel like whatever comes out at this point is going to be disappointing.
Why?
The live action element. I mean, even if they do like Megan in the World of Ponies, I never liked the idea of humans in the horse world.
But it's Megan.
Well, she needs to go home.
Go home.
Yeah, because the one thing that appealed to me about My Little Pony is that they're not human. So they don't come with all the human flaws. And humans need to stay away.
There is a outfit. Okay, there we go.
Did he sneeze?
I
was
did.
too busy coughing. No.
Feels like you're jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm over here coughing. Where's my bless you?
No.
We don't know if you cough or sneeze. They sound the same.
Apparently. I'm surprised Hasbro still has another movie in them. Hasbro doesn't. They're out of money. It's Amazon paying for it. Amazon thinks they can make some money with the IP, and Hasbro is just renting out the IP to them because, again, they're out of money. They were pretty much begging somebody to turn their IPs into movies just so they could bring in a bit more cash. Hasbro as an entity is basically having to do yard sales to keep their business afloat right now. They fumbled so hard after the previous CEO died.
Here it goes. He's going on his tangents again.
Yes, because it's relevant to the conversation.
I know, but it's the same conversation.
Because we bring up the movie.
Yeah,
Jeff Bezos is a brony, maybe.
Okay, so now that I changed
Maybe
this, I can see this. So I'm gonna put it up a little bit.
Hi,
like
Biden.
this. Yeah, then it goes over. It's fine.
Amazon's been putting out some decent stuff, so I'm curious.
Okay, technically this isn't the camera angle for this. It's this.
I feel like I am dehydrated, and that's one of the reasons I'm coughing. And then, of course, I grabbed beer. The ultimate hydrator, of course.
I feel like this camera is moving quick for what it is. So, because if this camera at this speed switches to this camera at this speed, it's going to be too quick. So I'm going to pick like a point more towards the side because I want to have it be like it kind of zooms in and continues the rotation. And this camera is just, let's say, about there. So we will take the far camera and we'll play ahead it by half. So that should slow it down by about half. And that's fine. And that feels more like a good combo.
I'm just thinking of another scenario in this scene that would made me laugh. Be like, we've developed a new healing spell. Let us demonstrate on this stallion. And they just beat the shit out. He's like, but I'm not hurt. And they proceed to beat the shit out of him. And then they cast the spell, and they're just like, oops, we mixed up the spell. That's not the healing spell. That's a weasel in your tummy spell. And then he's just got a weasel inside.
That's the castration spell. Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisies. Oh well.
Okay. This is an old shot.
I said we'd fix him, and then everybody laughs. Ha 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 ha.
Where I have some old values on this, so I'm gonna set that to 30 because it had the little like texture here to cover. There normally was some like little like symbols right here, and I tried to cover them up, and I couldn't really get rid of them. So instead, I just made them wood, and that worked. But then they were causing some flickering, so I fixed that by just changing the camera's zener. Thank you, Edward.
Ghost fact. Oh yeah, I don't think I answered the first ghost fact. So now I have 2 ghost facts. Okay. Here's your first ghost fact.
No, you didn't even get the first one? I told you to do one.
You did, and I started to, but then you got upset about the hair thing, and that became the topic at the moment. Okay, ghosts cannot exist past the 100th meridian. Yeah, in the United States. Anything west of that, no, is no ghost zone. That's a ghost fact. If you think you have ghosts in like Idaho, dude, that's just like the wind. Calm down. There's no ghosts in Idaho. But if you're like in the Mississippi, that's you got ghosts. That's not the wind, that's ghosts. That's your grandma, and she angry. She saw what you did. She saw your internet search history. And your second ghost fact is ghosts prefer California weather, which is really at ends with the fact that they're not allowed in California, which is why they're always angry. They all want to go on vacation in San Francisco, but they can't because they're ghosts. For sure have pirate ghosts here. Oh, they're allowed in Florida. Yeah, they got ghosts in Florida. There's nothing but ghosts in Florida. It's the closest they can get to like California, which is so much worse. But at least it has palm trees. So, it's rough out there.
Okay, I think
I didn't volunteer.
Gets rid of some chairs I don't need. I don't need to make these horses.
Nope, Sir Edward, I'm afraid they're, the farthest they can get is like halfway, like the corner of Texas. You probably got like mice in your walls or something, because all the ghosts are stuck. These ghost facts, man, I don't make these up. This is fact.
All right, we will start filling this audience now.
Can't make it to the beaches without getting caught by the National Guard.
I think I know a good way to do it. I'll see if I can do it without crashing the file. Oop. I need a booze. I haven't got a booze yet. I got distracted by file break.
I'll fix it while you're gone.
No.
I'll fix the file.
No.
I'll make it better.
I will fix your door in your room.
No. It's like, we gotta make him beat up that stallion. He's going upstairs. There's a stallion on the stage, and that's no good. Get stepped on. Actors for stage horses.
Oh boy, smooching time!
Stage horse 1. There he is.
No smooching!
Okay. It's fine. So how was your guys' week so far? Enjoying your holiday? They put a label on the ghost saying causes cancer. Yeah, well, ghosts do cause cancer. The equipment to catch him causes even more cancer. So there's just no winning.
What did you do?
Nothing.
What did you do?
Good boy.
What did you do?
Nothing. Did nothing.
What did you do? Why is that stallion trying to look up her butt?
I don't think you have to try in Equestria. Nobody wears pants.
I know, but he's like going for a sniff.
Mm. Like, oh,
wow, it's only one move.
yes.
You know, I gotta give you credit. That's an improvement.
Why'd you bring him back to life?
I mean, Control Z. I'm a cleric.
Yes. Control Z back to life.
All right.
Michael, why did you install that? That was a crypto miner. Dude, if anybody's installing a crypto miner onto his computer, it's him.
I had one at one point.
You did.
I was using Phoenix Miner.
His get rich quick scheme.
No, I make mine like $1,000 worth of Ethereum over a few months, and then I kind of stopped. But I've been using it for buying anything that lets me buy with crypto. I just spend it with crypto.
Mm-hmm. Which has been like Windows 7 keys.
Yeah, no, Windows 7. Windows keys, Office keys, upgrading so that I can get used to Pro, so that I can get whatever. There's websites out there that let you do for like $10.
Yeah.
You buy getting legitimate keys. So
That's a good juice box derpy.
VPN, unsurprisingly, lets you subscribe with crypto. There's a couple other things I have as well, so I just randomly do it. I'm not trying to like make big money on crypto.
Sun said, "Are you trying to say that Fluttershy developed the gay bomb?" I feel like that's because that was a thing the military did try to develop. Like an actual, like, they thought if the men were all attracted to each other on the battlefield, they'd be too distracted to properly fight.
Because that's how that works. Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, the military spent money and time trying to develop the gay bomb, and Fluttershy apparently succeeded. It's like those zebras will be so busy smooching, they won't be able to fight no more. Perfect.
We'll probably want both.
Radiation therapy.
smooching time.
It's the horses. They got hit by the gay bomb. They're so gay now. I'm just smooched. I saw it.
That. Track groups. There we go. No.
Now I am imagining a bomb that just releases ecstasy over a battlefield. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Sounds more like Burning Man.
Shows are fixed. Okay.
Those horses.
I have yanked those clips. So now I have the animations. Oh, this is them celebrating. It's going to hurt dirt. There it goes. Okay, I can just, I think, just copy paste those in those same groups and that'll be good. It just took a second when I went to that shot. It was like, yeah. All right. So just to make this easier, walls gone, pillars gone, floor gone, chairs keep, desks gone.
Don't delete the mirrors. Don't do it. Take shining all. I'm gonna delete that. It's fine.
I just want to get rid of anything that's non-essential so it's not holding up RAM space and stuff. Chairs need stage it on.
My gay bomb worked. I tested it on AJ and RD. I saw them kissing her later. Fluttershy. Rarity rolls her eyes. Like Fluttershy. Honey, dearest. Those horses, they were always gay. It's like, what? Fluttershy didn't notice. I think in Australia, the reason Rainbow Dash protected Fluttershy when she was younger is because she kind of had a thing for Fluttershy. Fluttershy just didn't feel the same way.
Well, she had a thing for Applejack later.
Yeah. But they actually maintained that chip in Australia that Rainbow did have a thing for Applejack, which became a story point. I like to think that book would have worked out in the end for everyone.
Most books end with a happy ending.
Except for that Short Skirts and Explosions endings tended to not be super happy. They tended to be bittersweet.
I felt that Background Pony's ending was good until they added the epilogue. It was that the ending, like the last chapter was just super depressing, and like I felt was so unneeded.
I like to think Rainbow would have eventually gotten her friends back to Equestria, but then would have not stayed. She would have immediately left again to go find Rourke.
My big question about Australia was she's going east the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It's when she completed her adventure, would she go through the Midnight Armory? Because it's basically on the other side from the castle. Would they find some way to like cheat their way through? Or would she continue all the way around the whole plane?
I would think once she reached the Midnight Armory, she would find a way back to the other side through the Midnight Armory. And if that's the case, she would pop up in Ponyville because the princesses, well, she would pop up in Canterlot because the princesses put their seat of power at the center of everything on the other side.
That's what I'm thinking. But they said that Shining Armor and Cadence had went west to meet her.
To meet her on the other side.
So then what are they... How that going to work?
I do like the idea that they would go to the other side the way they expected them to.
That would be such a long story, though.
That if she did, well, they had like 3 more books to do.
Yeah, but they spent so many just getting to that point.
They did, but I always like the idea of Shining Armor meeting her on Floydian's ship. Like Floydian would show up on that end, as he was heading in the opposite direction. He said he wanted to go west, and I like to think he made it all the way to the other edge. I can only imagine how that book would have ended, because the author has never said what his plans were.
He's like the spike pony is whispering sweet nothings.
He's saying, I hope at least one of these mares are straight.
Wow.
They hope. There's no guarantee.
Okay, well, there's one sad thing that's gotta happen. She's gotta go away.
Oh, but she's so excited.
I know she's so excited, but
she's like, "Yay, Fluttershy!" the whole time, the whole speech. "Yay, Fluttershy!" Don't go away. Very supportive friend. Man, I remember so little of Golden Blood. I think he was... he was the father of Fluttershy's child. I think that's really the most impact on the story he had. Yeah, he was doing a bunch of manipulative stuff in the background, but ultimately his actions didn't really play much of a role in anything. I honestly don't remember a lot of what he even did. No, Fluttershy wasn't too happy with him towards the end.
I don't think many people were too happy with Fluttershy towards the end.
No, the only one who would still even talk to her was it always ended up being Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash.
Because, well, let me take a guess. Take a guess.
She's the element of loyalty.
Yeah, so she has to. Even if Fluttershy smells really bad, which she does.
Rarity stuck by her too. Rarity stuck with her.
Yeah, but Rarity does because she's probably doesn't have a sense of smell anymore.
I do like the scene though in the book where, because Fluttershy tells Rarity first, and Rarity doesn't say anything. She just walks up to Fluttershy and holds her, and Fluttershy starts to cry. And Fluttershy couldn't see Rarity's face in that moment, but you as the viewer can. And it's a face of absolute, like, holy shit. Like, what have you done? But she never abandons Fluttershy. And in the end, she's the one who saves her, or tries to save her.
Because she's the best of them. Everybody else was corrupted by some kind of need to do dark things.
I don't know if Rarity was. Yeah, she used the black book, but
she was she was the spy. She was the
that was Rainbow. Rainbow's was the spy agency.
But she's the image. She's the one. She had spies though. Pretty sure she had spies.
I think it was just her.
She did it because it was Vogue. It was cool looking.
Yes. Her biggest mess up was creating the soul stones, but she didn't realize.
Well, kind of. It ended up being for a good thing, but
It was, but she didn't realize she was trapping Pony's souls permanently to the physical plane, including her own.
look at that. So many horsies.
She turned Snips and Snails into basically immortal necromancers.
I just realized that this is a much longer scene. So I need to... oh, and none of these have a good break point.
But Fluttershy was the best of them, but she just made the biggest mistake. She thought... I can't remember who said it, but I think it was probably Rarity, but she said... Rarity's conclusion is she thought... Fluttershy's mistake is she thought that she saw the best in people, and she thought that was their primary attribute, that everyone was at their core a good person. Rarity knew better. And she thought ponies, once they learned they couldn't kill each other, because they were all just going to use the mega spell for healing. Of course they would. That they would stop fighting, but that's not what happened.
Okay, so my concern here is that this animation only goes to about here, and that is just short of what I need. But technically, if I copy this and I put it here, it should be a loop for everybody, for the most part. If I do that, it should be fine. But the thing is, it's just going to take a little bit because everybody's at a different time. And it should be the same width, though. Yeah.
What Golden Blood represented in Project Horizons was the aristocracy. They just kind of condensed the aristocracy into him. Like, other than saying it's always the aristocracy, they just be like, it's Golden Blood, but he was just doing things to the benefit of the wealthy in Equestria.
That's what the wealthy do.
Yeah.
That's why they got screwed in the end. Destruction of civilization, or if society collapse, rich and wealthy, means nothing.
Society isn't going to collapse worldwide unless there's like...
I know, but it did then.
They'll just move.
It's more of the money and the power that you had was tied to something that no longer is viable. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm saying it's you can be wealthy, but the money doesn't mean something if that monetary standard is no longer a thing. So
tell that to Mr. House.
Yeah, but they orchestrated the end of the world for their own benefit too. Yeah. That if you can know it's coming and build the world while you have the money to have the power, then sure. Like if you hoard resources, at that point, resources are money.
Yeah.
So
that's what they did in Fallout, is that they hoarded resources. Like the first season of this new Fallout series, and don't spoil the second season. Haven't seen any of it yet. But they were still destroying entities they saw as competition with the resources they had. It didn't change. Even after they destroyed the world. But yeah, I would say I've said it before in other streams, but if there was one person you can lay the blame on for everything that happened in Fallout Equestria,
it was you.
It's me and Celestia. Ultimately, it was her mistakes that led to the end of the world.
Well, if the universe was never created,
yes,
none of this would have happened. So it really comes down to wherever you want to create a source of blame, you can, but it's really just going to be a point of view. Sure,
but there was multiple choices that she made that led to things going the way they went.
If Fluttershy didn't, and the things probably would have happened bad either. So again, it just comes back to how far back do you want to put the blame?
You know, back to the beginning.
Yeah,
back
or
to the middle, and back to like the mid.
Would the war have escalated the same as it did if Nightmare Moon was never a thing?
No, it wouldn't have escalated at all.
Yeah, so we could blame Luna because that was technically an earlier trigger.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it comes down to like blame is always about somebody coming up with the one that reasoning that works best for their narrative.
No. Within the timeline of the book, Celestia followed the advice of the aristocracy who told her to take that port city, which led to the first battle. She decided after ponies died in that battle that she was no longer fit to rule, so handed the government over to her sister without realizing the zebras.
Oh my god, the zebras are coming.
Were actually incredibly afraid of her. After she found this out, she gave power to her sister, she didn't take power back because she didn't want to upset her sister. Because she didn't see it as fair to her sister take her what she had just given her away. And even after all that, she was trying to make peace behind her sister's back. But that's when the aristocracy stepped in and kind of ruined it.
Oh boy, smooching
Applejack's
time.
brother kid. Smooching time.
No smooching.
I don't know who did that. Yep, Soul Kitty likes doing the both. He wants to tell himself, no smooching after doing smooches.
Stop those smooches. And you're gonna complete the rest of the smooching. Or we just see them smooching. Because the plain video wasn't enough.
Wait, yeah, I did smooches, and now you're saying more smooches. See, this is just an addict.
Yes, I have a problem. In Fallout Equestria, Celestia is definitely at fault, but in Horizons, I mean, even in like Horizons, had Celestia simply listened to her gut rather than the aristocracy, nothing would have happened. The war would have never happened. They would have found a diplomatic solution. But she sent soldiers across the sea to take a port, which was the start of it. She was told by the zebra Czar to stay out, to let him handle the pirate situation that really started it, but she got afraid for her ponies and sent the Wonderbolts to resolve the situation within zebra territory, which made him look like an idiot, which he didn't appreciate. She made a couple mistakes that led to the war, but it was her decisions, and she kept making the wrong one.
Politicians can never make mistakes. Decisions they make are final, and you are to go with them.
To be fair to Celestia, she made the wrong decisions for the right reasons, but they were the wrong decisions nonetheless. She made the first decisions to protect ponies. That was the pirate thing. She made the second decision when she agreed with the aristocracy, because aristocracy was convincing her that without the coal reserves, ponies would suffer and die. So she was, and then she handed rulership of the kingdom over to her sister, and then refused to take it back when she realized it was causing problems, because she didn't want to upset her sister and take away her chance to rule what she very much wanted. Like, her heart was in the right place each and every time. But I mean,
Yeah, and that's what matters in the end. Not who died or who lived.
Everybody blows up.
It matters about whether or not you had your heart in the right place.
Yes. She was manipulated to some degree too by the aristocracy. So they're the true evil in the story. It's rich people.
It's beer.
It's beer. This beer.
Sort of buzz.
You ever read a story where rich people are the villains? It's crazy. Don't know if anybody's
I
done
don't
that
know if
before.
I don't know of many books that aren't, and I mean, the only ones I can think of that aren't are autobiographies.
You know what the best representation is? Scooby-Doo. It's always old rich people who are the guy under the mask every time. And I just like the meme where Shaggy's like slowly realizing that the true villains are old rich people. Like, oh no. I hope to be rich someday so I too can be a villain. I'm definitely...
You can be Evil Michael.
Yeah. Once I hit that, like... Once I get to like $50 million in my pocket, I'm definitely going to start opening up power plants that are fueled by nothing but orphans. Either I'm going to make them run on treadmills or I'm going to burn them. But either way, orphan fuel. Nobody else was using it.
It's an untapped resource.
Yeah.
It's free real estate.
We'll build islands out of orphans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a good name for an island that's kind of freed up.
What's that?
Epstein.
Ooh. And it's a memorial to Epstein. We built it out of orphans. You would love it.
Okay. That now they're all like looping.
See.
Michael.
Mares.
Look at this horsey.
Oh, that's a good horsey. I like that horsey. Yawn. You got
Guys,
yawn.
you know why she's yawning?
How's that?
Fluttershy's boring as hell.
Yeah, it's true. It's a government meeting. It was always going to be boring.
Okay. I needed to do that because if I started copying groups and moving things around, it was just going to make things more complicated. So, I can probably repeat some... I can repeat rows in a lot of these groups, but I have to move them around. So if I, like, for instance, grab these 8... I have a lot more than 8. Okay, that is the correct amount. That's 4, 4, 4. Okay. I can move them up to here. Actually, it might be easier to just move them straight back. Yeah. If I move them straight back, it'd probably be better. Because at an angle, then the ones here are going to be kind of behind those ones. And so I don't want to do that. Okay.
I know the zebras were kind of antagonists in a little bit in Horizons, but really Cognium was the primary antagonist. And then there were the bat ponies. They were so good. That's the best part. Had lots of bat ponies in Horizons. They would go E. Go E. Well, didn't Dr. Horse make Cognium? Wasn't it Sweetie Bot with, I think all Cognium was Sweetie Bot, who had been tasked with collecting the memories of all the other higher-ups by testing his machine in a kind of scene from the Batman movie where Jim Carrey's Riddler is like putting his TV device on everybody's head and he's just collecting information. It was that, but he was doing it to like different higher ups, and he managed to get Luna to try on the helmet, and he collected all of her memories. And then because he kind of had a weird fetish thing or something, he would sometimes load her memories to Sweetie Bot, and that would just be his plaything because he was a freak. And
every time you bring up freaks in there, it just sounds like something you would do. I'm like, he's such a freak. That was a good idea.
No, the most messed up thing was Mr. Horse or whatever, because it's supposed to be Mr. House. Didn't pick up. Anyway, would walk around with Sweetie Bot and even show her to Sweetie Belle, and she was just basically a robot replica of her. and she wasn't too amused, but she couldn't really do anything about it. It's like, hey, look, I made a sex bot that looks like you.
I'm pretty sure, actually, at least in current, whatever you could call it, harassment, you could get action taken.
Yeah.
But Equestria is different. Maybe they allow sex bots.
Well, I think they were relatively new, but they were very advanced, apparently.
Oh. Definitely something you would do, yes.
But then, how very well advanced enough that Cognium eventually, with Luna's memories, became a pretty significant threat to Equestria, because she believed herself the true ruler of Equestria, having Luna's memories. But what she didn't have was Luna's soul, which she does acquire thanks to Discord, who pops up. He combines Luna's soul to Cognium, so now it is, for all intents and purposes, Luna. And yeah, plays out pretty interestingly. I think eventually Luna's soul ends up inside of Blackjack's body, which it gets kind of off the rails. At a certain point in the story, it stops being Blackjack and starts being Luna.
I think even in the end, it's like a merger of the two.
It's Blackjack's body and memories, but it's Luna's soul. And she starts talking to Celestia, who's still locked inside the Single Pegasus project, as if Celestia refers to her as Luna, and Blackjack responds to Celestia as if she was Luna, referring to Celestia's sister. So, yeah.
I can't remember anything in that story, or at least majority of it, because it was just so much.
It was a lot. Like, I think in the final battle, the thing that fights is Blackjack's body with Blackjack's memories, but Luna's soul. So it's not Blackjack's soul is trapped inside of a body that's a copy of her original body.
That's why it's so complex to a degree of like being too much.
Yeah.
To really follow.
That's the thing that was Cognium, which was Sweetie Bot. When Cognium takes over Blackjack's body, she transfers Luna's memory into Blackjack's body. So what's left is Sweetie Bot, and it's actually Sweetie Bot who goes to collect Blackjack's memories from the now dead Luna Blackjack from her crypt, because her memories were downloaded into her BitBuck, and she takes that to Blackjack's copy body that contains Blackjack's soul to then resurrect Blackjack. And so Blackjack comes out of it alive, albeit in a copy of her original body, which is probably for the best because her original body was hacked into that of a cyborg. It's like a Mad Lib. By the end of it, it's kind of crazy.
The Mary Sue Mad Lib.
And then Blackjack just kind of spends the rest of the story stalking her children and then her children's children. Because, by the way, Blackjack was pregnant. But because she couldn't carry the children to full term because half of her body was robot now, she had her her pregnancy transferred into her distant cousin, who was now paralyzed. But you don't find that out till later. Like, she sends word out to her cousin.
Michael,
I'm going over this story.
no, how is it that you can't remember any other shit?
Because ponies.
But then this
You know the answer.
1.5 million word story, you're just blabbering off every single possible tiny detail. How?
I don't know. The only answer is
your brain
if
needs...
it's about ponies, it retains it and it loses everything else.
Your brain picked a lane and it was the wrong lane.
You knew that one image I posted in Michael chat that actually shows a very good representation of my brain. If it's anything but ponies, it will not retain it. You don't need to revamp Horizons.
It could
Yeah.
use a Horizon abridged.
No, I think it all.
It's just by the time it came to the end, it just became a soup of names that I couldn't remember anybody of anything because they had a battle with like people that were in a story from 6 months ago you read 1.5 million words ago. It's like it was so much. I mean, it's not a bad story. It just is. It could have been. There was a lot of fluff in there that didn't need to be in there, and it could have been condensed a lot more.
Once you reach the point towards the end, once you get to like the last, like
that doesn't matter.
I'd say the last quarter of the book, it does start to go off the rails. And that's kind of what I'm talking about now is the off the rails stuff where people's souls and minds are getting swapped about. And so are like unborn children. But like it was her cousin actually, when Blackjack made the request to her cousin, she didn't know her cousin had been paralyzed. But they're like, you can't do this. You're in no good health. And her cousin just replies, I can still do this. Like, this is the one thing I can still do for her. Like, because I'm paralyzed from the waist down, but I can still, like, carry her children.
Michael, I brought this up before, but can you provide the name of the happy story from My Little Pony that you've read?
Yeah, I told you, Fall of the Forest.
That's a big fighting book.
Yeah, they're happy.
Like, I'm just saying, like, where there's nothing, but just it's about being happy and joyous, and ponies doing happy, joyous things, and that's it. Because that's what you love about the ponies. But then you go and read all these ones with like battles and
you suggested Fall of the Forest.
I did, but also half of the stories I've read are just happy ones, and you just are like, no. I want depressing.
The one time you made me read a story, it was about Applejack's parents falling into a freaking porta potty and dying.
That's only like 1,500 words long, though.
No.
Like, you can't take the story that like I pulled away for certain purposes.
You made me read it.
Yes. Well, I didn't make you read it. I just called your name.
Yes.
I called your name, and then it didn't
read this.
Yeah, I didn't give you much of a choice, is what you're saying.
Yes. Happy story. You know that little book I have that has all the little pony figurines in it, like the children's book.
Okay,
that's happy. I kind of read that.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So you read the whole thing beginning to end.
It's only like 4 sentences long. There's like one sentence.
That is your favorite book.
It's like Scootaloo went to play with her friends Sweetie Belle and Applejack. It's not well written.
Wow. But it's horse.
Anthropology is a happy ending, question mark. It is not. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Background Pony.
Okay, so one more row. Oh, 2 more rows. These?
I always did find it funny that they constantly were telling Blackjack that her body was like 90% cancer, but the 10% that wasn't cancer was her reproductive organs. Like, that's okay for blah, blah, blah reasons. Everything else, though. So, because they very much wanted to, like, have her have kids later in the book. Nobody had a worse death in that book, though, than Morning Glory. Hers was pretty... everything for her was awful. She gets her cutie mark burned away. And then her wing falls off. And then she gets, like, radiation poisoning and then dies.
Was she cute?
She was very cool.
But then you're like, but then she dies.
She didn't just die in one go either.
There it goes again.
All those lines look like spaghetti. They do. Hi, Silver.
Hello, Silver.
Silver, I have to go away after today. I'm bummed. For a whole week. Plus a day. I won't be here for New Year's, which is kind of a bummer.
I'm not gonna miss much.
It's like because you rescheduled the New Year's thing, or you canceled it. Which I don't know. I don't want you canceling it on my account, but
No, it's because I want to get board game meet back on schedule.
you could do both.
No, because we'd have all of Wednesday night, and then for the same people to take them into Saturday, take a whole Saturday, and then many of the others also taking up their Sunday.
Yeah.
No,
You just got to make sure you do one thing on New Year's, since I'm not here to make you do it.
I'm not eating sauerkraut.
You got to eat a bag of sauerkraut. A whole bag for extra luck.
How did that work out for you this year?
I forgot to eat sauerkraut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The year before, so all the years that you've eaten sauerkraut, think back of how your life has been.
I was better about it when I was younger. I'm pretty sure it was the years I forgot to eat sauerkraut that bad things happened. So Silver, you tell him that you have to eat sauerkraut on New Year's Day, first thing, or bad luck. 'Cause that's a thing.
Who gives the bad luck?
Um,
I'm guessing that it has to have a source.
I mean, of course it does. It's Ned.
What?
Yeah, Ned.
Ned? I heard you like cough to try to hide what you were saying.
Magical Ned. He comes and he kicks you right in the sternum. And you get bad luck for the rest of the year. You didn't eat sauerkraut.
There were some like courses I was copying over.
Kind of reminds me, I remember a Weeble stuff. Like, Magical Trevor is back once again. He's doing tricks that'll drive you insane. Why do I remember that, but not algebra?
There they are.
How does he do it? I want to know. Oh, he's got a magical toe. Magical Trevor was catchy.
You need better hobbies.
Dude, this isn't even a hobby. This is something I watched 20 years ago and then burrowed itself into my brain.
I feel like your brain just like running on a 1.4 megabyte floppy disk, and you filled it up so long ago.
That's accurate, with just My Little Pony, like trivia and the names to like early 2000s YouTube songs.
There, look, our audience is full.
Yay, people showed up. Why does that one pony have like a poop horn?
A poop horn?
Yeah, she got a poop horn.
Oh, she does have a poop horn. Oh, let me save it before turning lights on. I don't think it's going to matter.
I feel like she made it out of cardboard and just stuck it on her head, and it's like, I'm definitely a unicorn.
Oh yeah, I can't trust the lighting right now because I had HDR on, and when I switch it, it makes SFM a little weird. So the lighting's not quite accurate unless I did like a full reboot. It should be fine though. What is the other thing? Oh, the depth of field though is a little strong in the back. This is too blurred.
Apples, apples,
I think
apples.
at the end of Project Horizons,
Apples, apples.
or voice impressions, where can you see lions? Only in Kenya. Come to Kenya. We got lions. But I
It
think
says sing-songy.
Yeah, what? Is that a song? Where can you see the lions? Only in Kenya. Come to Kenya. We got lions. Is that the song? I have no idea. Oh my god, he doesn't know it. Should I know it?
Silver,
Is it a Weeble stuff one? It's
Silver,
probably after my
you
time.
also watch Skibbity, so I can't really judge what you watch as being the standard for everybody.
What year though? I remember like the original stuff. I remember Magical Trevor and Badgers. And the Narwhal thing.
Then you'll think I have no idea what that is either, though.
From like 2000. No, I don't know that one. Same year as Magical Trevor.
I don't know. I have no idea what Magical Trevor is.
He summons the Kraken. I don't know it.
I know the Badger,
Never
Badger,
dealt
Badger,
with
Badger. I know some of those,
Everyone
but I
knows
don't know.
Badger, because that was his first one. That's where it started.
But I don't know the Kenya one. All right, so the audience is full, kind of, actually.
Apparently, we have to go watch YouTube videos from the early 2000s.
I'm not going to go watch videos that are going to be under somebody's copyright on stream.
Oh, no one linked it.
You probably get away with removing some horses on this, but I really don't want to try to min-max it. So I'm probably just going to leave it, but this side I can. So anybody outside of...
Sorry, I would
that
watch
line.
Nolan, but there's like parental locks on all my stuff. So, can. Not without permission.
Yeah, it's court ordered.
It's like, he's going to look at weird shit if you let him look at the internet, leave the internet log, so you got to lock that shit.
Okay, so I can get rid of them. I think I can get rid of a couple more.
Like ever since I typed into YouTube male seahorse giving birth, it's been locked.
Well, first you kind of had a brain fart,
Yeah.
and you didn't put horse, you put men.
That's a very different video.
Okay, they can get rid of this one too. Get rid of one more mare. Bye, Squiggles.
Silver would have to move up here. Sunset. Silver and Nolan both. Or just Silver.
At this
I
point,
guess.
okay, it doesn't actually cross back over that threshold, so those seats can stay empty. These ones I'm just going to leave full because I don't want to deal with trying to min max it. I'm pretty sure a
Horse
couple
is
of these you can
amazing.
probably get
that
rid
was
of.
Weevil? I didn't know. Give it a lick. It tastes
Yeah,
like a
probably.
raisin. Like the pony version.
You really need to launch a podcast. I would have Silver one on board, and Michael and Silver can discuss everything competing pop culture. The podcast was so much work.
Well, it was work because we had to think of a question for everyone.
Well, it was no. You're thinking about your work.
yeah. Oh, what'd you do?
Like-
Set up the camera?
No, like I tried to make everything as easy as I could for setup, but it still took about an hour every time to get it set up.
Yeah, but you're
And no, not with that. It was not. That was also like back, I think, pre
COVID.
Yeah, it's like there was not as much work from home stuff. It's getting it all set up and then having to like it took up an entire evening to get everybody together for stuff, which is really hard now, and then to ingest all the footage and the audio, put it all together, make the thumbnails, do all that. For a little while Adam was doing some of the merger for me. I was paying him to help me with it, but it would usually take me anywhere from like 6 to 7 hours every 2 weeks to do everything, and which doesn't sound like a lot, but with already the streaming and stuff, and that's excluding the time like having an entire evening gone, it just was a lot of work to keep up with.
Like how you're paying Adam. Like how you were paying Adam.
I was paying him to help with the podcast stuff
Yeah.
because it was hours of a couple hours of
I
putting
was
stuff
just
together.
the talent in front of the camera.
But he was doing work. You just sat down and talked
drank.
and drank alcohol.
I had to drink a lot of alcohol. That was work.
Yeah, I will. At that point, between Knightley and him and whatever, I was basically breaking even on everything. And then when I reduced Patreon, I can't afford to pay people like that now. So no, it was
very smooth.
between that and the other YouTube stuff. It was like I was basically spending almost all of my time trying to keep up on stuff, and it was a lot of like random time stuff too, where it would be like I suddenly need to start doing a review on an evening that was my one evening that was free, and now suddenly I had to do a video review, and there was some issues, and I got to put a thumbnail together really quick, and it just was like, it was too much. It was way too much, as well as like house stuff and stuff going on at the same time. Okay.
The podcast was fun, but it was stressful, even from my end.
Yeah, all you had to do is come up with a question.
It wasn't always easy.
No, it was hard. It just, yeah.
I mean,
now,
John can just jot down like 50 of them, but
now we still do meet every 2 weeks with basically the same group, but we do the D&D thing instead, which also is hours of prep for me, but that's different. I really enjoy that times prepping, just editing like audio and video, the same repeated function. I my brain couldn't handle that. It was so boring.
I feel like the one person who didn't always put a lot of work, and not to like say it wasn't fun, work towards our questions, was Kyle. But sometimes
He had some really good ones.
Yeah, he had good ones because it was like, the what? That's not even.
Yeah, but that's funny. The what questions are fine. Yeah, be burned out bad. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff.
What if everything was parsnips? Will live in infamy.
It was. That year was a lot of stuff all at once, and I'm glad that I reduced it because it helped a lot. Like, I could take on more stuff now, but I just know it's going to be a slippery slope again. So yeah, that's why we started doing the D&D thing. And yeah, we've only had Brony. We've had a session 0 and a session 1. We have our session 2 on the 4th, January 4th. So it's like a month between we're going to be doing it every 2 weeks, but it's going to be about a month between session 1 and session 2, which is fine because session 0 is when everybody gave me their backstories, and session 1 is when I got to see how the characters acted, and so it gave me the time to write up their entire story, or kind of write up an arc for how their character would go through their stories.
I tell you what we need to do to get the money revenue up. We need to get some anime VTubers, like models, with like super low cut shirts. And it looks like we always came back from a wet t-shirt contest. And then we could do that and then be like, ooh baby, ooh baby, ooh baby, all the time. And we would just pull in all of that. We would just tell people we're AI because that's like super popular right now. Yeah, you just like AI girl waifus. Yeah, it's like, we do that. Boy, oh boy, we're gonna get rich. Either that or you can make the pony smooch more.
I had pictures before, like, Brony, I've been doing a lot of 3D printing. So we were doing for like that's all 3D printed stuff.
Can you 3D print me a horsewife yet?
And I've got a lot more printed now too. Or like this one, this wasn't the actual map we used, but I pre-build them, and then there's also this other area outside too. I pre-build the areas and then take a screenshot so that when I need to build it for the scene, I can pull from a reference. Yeah, I have, like, even right now, there's stuff printing. So no, I've got a lot of stuff that I need, and I think I've got maybe 3 to 4 more days of stuff. There's 2 big things and then like 2 small things that that are the need to have by our next session, but I have 2 weeks, so I'm fine. But yeah, I think it's gonna go pretty good. Our first session went really well, and this story is starting a little slow, but now that I have everybody, I have one master arc of how everything within the world should progress, but then when everybody gave me their session 0 stuff, I mixed their stories into the world, and so everybody has their own character arc on top of this main story arc.
We killed a guy inside of his own house. I think that's really the only thing we've done so far. I assume he lived there, so
house
counts. I mean, he lived there, right?
House. It was a it was a church.
Did he live in it?
Well, he was a brother within the church.
So
yeah.
His house. We killed it. We went into his house.
Yeah, but he was
found in there.
He was like resurrecting the dead.
Yeah,
in the basement. So
minding his own damn business by the looks of it, I think. What he does in the confines of his own home is no business but his own.
But you can't wait for your players to derail your plans. Kind of, actually, a little bit. I'm trying not to railroad it. But there's definitely a direction that works best, and so I'm trying to throw out the hooks, because the idea is that you should throw out the hooks, and the players, if they decide to ignore them completely, also means that they're not really trying to play the game, they're just trying to be chaotic. So because if they want a story as well, if you throw a hook out, they should bite it. They can wiggle around on their way, but they should try to find their way there at some point, because if they chose to ignore completely the story, then there's always a way to force them back.
We're gonna like find the unloaded chunks and dive right in.
No, I want to make sure that there's a main direction for the story. How they get there, I'm gonna keep open. But yeah,
I'm just gonna skip entire sections. But you can always rework those sections in later. That's the thing that I think
they're like
that ever happens.
That's the thing. If you can make an encounter, and then if it ends up being that it just the things you do, it completely skip it, you can just plop it later and repurpose it a little bit. Yeah, change names, same stuff. Some of them are a little bit more narrative than others, but there's a lot of things that I know something's going to happen here, but I don't know what it looks like yet. But it's fine, because I don't want to know what happens there yet, because things could change. But all the stuff that I wanted to happen for the first session happened. Well, actually, I wanted more things to happen, but we just ran out of time. Our next session is going to be about like an hour and a half of what I had planned for the first session, and then it's going to like go into what I want for session 2.
Do you think if you had the power to raise the dead, you would use it?
No,
but that's the only power you got. It's the one weird thing you can do.
No, because okay, it depends. Is that person have they come back to life?
They're undead.
So they're just a rambling zombie creature.
Yeah.
That would smell absolutely horrible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So as soon as somebody knows
really
that
cool.
as soon as somebody knows that I have that power, I'm going to be a target so bad, but from some governments to be taken advantage of.
That's why you have to resurrect an entire army.
But where would I hide them?
You're going to hide them. You're going to arm them.
With what?
Everything and anything.
But how would I get a full army?
Endless dead.
But how would I get
graveyards?
I know, but I'd have to have somewhere to get from graveyard to graveyard.
Yeah.
In some period of time, and then how to arm them. It would be so quick that the military would be able to step in and figure out what I'm doing.
You're in America. There's like 10 gun stores you can raid before they even like send the police.
So the undead, like zombies that barely know how to function, have no intelligence.
Yeah,
and they know, but they know how to use a gun.
That's generally what they send into war. Yes, guns aren't hard. It's a. If the zombie can open a door, it can use a gun.
I'm gonna call this one done. I did put a note that I want to check the lighting though, because I can't trust the lighting right now, but at least it's where it should be for this. Let's open up.
You gotta have like heavy ordnance stick down zombie too.
No, I had thought about originally like if we're doing the game, like is there a way to record it and whatever, but I decided no. Some things are better just kept as like our things.
It's not very useful raising a zombie if you don't have control over them. You're a necromancer. You resurrect a zombie and it immediately attacks you. You were a crappy necromancer.
Are you very like you have a weird kink?
Oh, it's like punish me, zombie, for my necromantic ways.
Necromantics?
Yeah, I'm a necromantics.
Masochistic. That's the word I was kind of looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. So the apple snack murder scene. I thought this one was done.
Just imagining like a necromancer helping old men with their ED.
Oh, there's some.
Got 2 different eyeballs in there. What's up with that?
I know how to fix it. Okay, so it's his hair. I only can see him from this side, so I'm just gonna do it like that, and then there.
It's weird to see Apple Snack being Apple Snack as opposed to Steel. Because every time I see that character, he's very much in the armor. I think this is my first time seeing a visualization of him. I think when you were looking for pictures, you found like 2.
My name is Apple Snack.
Did he have red eyes or blue eyes? Or was that like the debate? Because the 2 pictures you could
No,
find.
it's because it's using Applejack's hair, and she had red eyes.
Applejack did?
Not Applejack. Blackjack.
I don't know.
I'm using her hair because the Blackjack hair has the benefit of being able to move individually like that, and that just looks much better.
I mean, it is kind of cool seeing like a representation of Apple Snack, probably more than anything else. There's just not a lot of it. I always wondered if coming out of the armor would kill him or not, because the only way to kill a Kendrelot zombie is to decapitate them. But best I could tell is if he took the armor
He might
off,
not be dead, but
his
he'd be,
skin would just like, go with it.
you could be alive, but in massive pain.
He would be in horrible pain. It would rip all of his skin off, which is probably worse than death. It would probably rip his eyes out too.
A masochistic
It'd
necromancer.
be pretty ugly.
That would like role playing a masochistic necromancer, like Darkness from Konosuba,
Yeah.
but as a necromancer. Like that could be funny, but at the same time, like I like goofy, fun D&D characters, but I also think that there should be a serious side to the story and how it progresses. If I don't want to have murder hobo, like doing murder hobo things, I do like that having a serious type story that you are trying to progress as well. There's definitely goofy stuff that's going to happen along the way, and that's fine, but I do want to have like with the general story is that still something serious overall. Because I feel like the more funny you try to make it, it ends up starting to feel where consequences stop mattering, and I don't like a story like that. I want there to be consequences for actions. If you go around and start murdering everybody in town to get free loot, that will probably lead to the death of your characters because of like the knights coming in and overwhelming the party.
Yeah, I don't think we could do that and get away with it. We're like level 2.
Even at level 20, it doesn't matter because in D&D, there's a scaling for difficulty that's CR, challenge rating, and it says like if you're level 2, how a monster, so many CR2 monsters, maybe one CR3 monster. It's all about balancing. But there's also the amount of enemies you're fighting, and there's a multiplier. So for every monster you start adding, there's groups where it says after 4 monsters, you want to take that CR rating and multiply it, or no, it's based on an average of the amount of experience, and you want to multiply it by 1.5. And then at 7 to 10, you want to multiply it by 2, because if you have 10 monsters you're fighting against, even if they're really weak, when they get their turn, they're going to hit you 10 times. That's a lot. So you can have one really strong monster, but as soon as you start getting multiple, you have to really start dropping their levels. Otherwise, you just overwhelm the party with just lots of small numbers. And so, yeah, you can't just have like 1,000 weak things. I think for him, I want to have him squint a little bit more here. Have it go kind of over time.
You want another drink?
Yes.
Another drink. Yeah.
I want a nut.
Well, I'm gonna stay out of the room for that one then.
I want a nut.
Ah!
Where is his time? No, so that this is the time. I don't want to change the camera on this one. I'm going to try something different. It's also going to be so quiet after Mike leaves. Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to roleplay a character. I create expensive backstory with legitimate and motivating desires and traumas as guardrails, and then progress the character's character. Otherwise, no fun for me. So when I like ask them to do their characters, there's a couple questions I was going to ask them, but then they kind of already wrote some stuff. But like, I don't want somebody that doesn't have weaknesses. And so we like rolled for stats, and because I wanted there to be, I didn't want somebody having where they were good at everything, because that's not fun. So I wanted people to roll for stats. So some people do have like 7s on some things. But then we did it where it's roll 4d6s, take your lowest number away. And then you put that stat where you want. But we did it where if you don't get anything 16 or above, you could replace your lowest with a 16. Thank you. But I think that was only used once. But no, I like having stories that have, or I wanted everybody to come with a backstory that had some kind of a motivator. Like, what is your quest? What is the thing that you're trying to do? Michael came up with something that had a specific direction he wanted to go. And Jay ended up kind of coming up with like made up a last minute, and it was cliche, but at the same time that's kind of nice because it made it easy. His was a story that had a quest. Kyle had a quest, but it was weird and way too open, so I had to come up with the kind of way to guardrail it. His is probably the loosest one that I have, because his was that he's a high elf from a rich background, and he essentially there's another rich house that he had committed some faux pas against that he does not aware of. I had to come up with, and because of that, there is a rivalry between the two houses, and his goal is to just ruin the reputation of the other house. That was very open, and so I had to, and there's a bit more to it than that, but I had to come up with a way for that to work, and I found out a way to make that work. John, who had experience before, really left his. He just said, "This is my name. This is where I came from, and that's it." And so he didn't give me a quest. And I asked, and he says, "Nope, there is no quest." So I had to give him one. So I had to make one up. So if he doesn't like it, that's too bad. Michael is about a dwarf druid that had his family killed, a caravan killed. And he wandered into a forest, met some horses, and for 30 minutes frolicked with the horses, and in that time realized that he is really a horse and should be a horse, and is now on his quest for the last 50 years to find his horse parents. So spent 30 minutes with them and has now spent 50 years looking for them. And his story is actually one of the more interesting ones I came up with. I really like his story. Jay's was that he was a elf in a village, in a city, living with his sister, living a normal life, like law-abiding life. But then after the events that happened 6 months prior in the game world that had caused some kind of an apocalypse, guards came in and killed his sister, and so now he's on a revenge arc to find those that hurt his sister and took her away. And I helped Jay workshop that because he had a different idea, and I'm like, let's work this in to make it work a little better. And so his is pretty neat. Kyle's already said John's was just he was a sailor on a boat for 10 years and doesn't want to be on a boat anymore, and since now is looking for purpose in life. That's it. That's all I got. I'm like, oh, okay. So Michael Centaur, no, you said he was dwarf. He's a dwarf druid, so he can transform into a horse. No surprise, that's the ones he chose. And we did give him one homebrew little like exception of one of the languages he knows is horse. So he knows common, dwarven, and horse, even though it's not a language. And we're saying that, and yes, you could technically, because you're a druid, you get the ability to basically do speak with animals, but now he doesn't have to cast it. He can instantly understand it. He doesn't have to ritualize it. He doesn't have to do anything. Anytime a horse does any noise, he immediately knows what it's saying, is the idea on it. That's not much for a DM to work with. Yes, but in the end, it's if they give you a very little, it means I can do whatever I want. And so I took it my direction. So I have a whole story for John. I have a whole story for everybody. I've already wrote it all. I just can't say anything because I don't know who would be listening. But yeah, John's actually, because it was kind of open-ended, I was a little worried, but I was able to take some elements of the other things that I was already planning way in the future, and I rewrote them a little bit, and I merged his story into that, and then it kind of took it away from there. And so his story is pretty interesting. Michael's is sadly the best one. It's actually really good. I'm very happy with the Michael's story. Do you use ChatGPT to help draft these storylines? Yes. I did it where I took their entire backstory, I threw them into ChatGPT, and I said, this is the backstories I've been given, and these are a couple of the thoughts that I have on it. Give me some potential main story directions. And a lot of times it came up with one that sounded interesting. So I was like, this one's neat. Let's expand on that. And it would give me a bit more detail on that one. And then I would be like, let's do this one, but also like mix in a little bit of this one and change a bunch of stuff here. And then I would be like, okay, well, I was playing this character to be in here at some point. Let's put them in place for this. And then here's their story. So then how to merge it in. And so, yeah, it really helped a lot and saved me some time, but it still took me each person's story probably took me 2 hours a person to fully get written out and in detail. And not like with milestones, not with like, this is the exact pathway they have to take. I made milestones, and it's very open with certain things along the way. And I also didn't want to have it where like, you don't want to have a story with 4 different people that every checkpoint along the way feels the same. Like it's always this, they see this person, or they see this, or they do that. Each person's story has a different way on how it's going to progress within the world. Some are a little bit more internalized, some are going to be more externalized, so that it doesn't feel like everybody's just hitting the same checkpoints. I can't say anything because there's some really neat ways I had to come up with on how to progress on it, but it's very it allows everybody's story to kind of be happening together without feeling like one person's getting too much time or anything too. Cool. And if they go off the rails, those ChatGPT threads will help you adapt for the next session. Yep. I went and I made specific chats for each person's backstory so that I can use that for playing off of and riffing if I need to. But I'm really not worried about that. But yeah, it's going to be neat. I'm happy with how things are turning out. And like everything, because Michael's not here, I don't mind putting some of this up. Like there's a map and I got like all this stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff. Like this is our session 1. This is what happened in session 1. I just took bullet notes, and after everybody left, I sat down and bullet notes. This is my plans for the whatever one. Yeah, it's I should probably close that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but I'm enjoying it. It is fun.
I've returned.
Oh no.
You know what? Those gummies worked. I mean, I ate 20 of them, so.
Gummies?
Yeah, probiotic gummies.
Michael, those are expensive.
I ate like 20 of them.
Are you sure that's okay?
I don't know. It's
Do you even
like
have
2 a day?
So you can't just fast track it. Like antibiotics, 1 a day for 2 weeks. Why not just take them all in 1 day?
Yeah, it's super better. That's how medicine works.
I told him, Michael, before when he gets sick, he like overcompensates and then just goes the other direction on things. And eventually he's going to go to the doctor and they're going to be like, what have you done to yourself?
I've become God. No, like now I can actually get on the plane without worrying about that 9 speed. That was the concern. I had to get better quick.
So all that bacteria flows through you.
Yes.
Weird. He's going to be pooping on the plane, yeah.
No. I wish to avoid that. When they start boarding the plane every time, I go straight to the bathroom. Like, even if I don't have to go, it's like, we're starting boarding now, and I know I'm going to be the last group that boards because I'm cheap. So I go to the bathroom when the, like, high-class people start boarding.
Wait, so you can leave a big Duke right in the front of the plane?
No, I don't. I go before I get on the plane because I don't want to use the bathroom on the plane. If it's an international flight, it's not so bad. They have decent bathrooms. But, like, local flight, not so much. And I actually found out, like, the whole super tiny seats, crappy bathroom, that's pretty much just U.S. planes. That's planes that fly domestic within the U.S. I've flown short flights in Europe, and they're not as bad. No, Sunset, I stopped that. I'm good now. That was what happened when I took all the fish pills. And the probiotics fixed it. Look, I'm never gonna die, okay? Because I know things.
Why does Lid raise also raise his other... why? Why? That's stupid. Sometimes you just want to load... Does he have a mid-face one? Okay, he has cheeks. That's better. That's stupid.
I ate like 20 of those probiotics and like 4 cups of yogurt. I am solid. You watch me eat 2 of them.
He's done nothing but consume probiotic. He doesn't even eat food. He has no food, just the things to digest food. He's letting them fight it out. See who wins. He's like, it's like the Hunger Games in his stomach.
That is kind of what I did. I downed a crap ton of antibiotics, completely F myself up. Then I downed a bunch of probiotics to make up the difference. And then I'm topping it with this beer. It's good beer. Some people's bodies are a temple. Mine is a war zone.
20 probiotics. Oh, you're going to be squirting. You know, see, it used to be like, I'd be like, Michael, what are you doing? But now it's just like, if he does stuff like that,
I'll live all you.
I just say nothing because I just enjoy when it explodes.
Just because I have.
I'm not talking about the back of the toilet. No, it's just, it's like there's like the whole comedian before saying like, you know, if a kid goes to touch a hot oven and you tell him no, like sometimes you've got to let him touch the hot oven. And so like when Michael's going to reach for the hot oven, sometimes I just sit back and be like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what happens.
Problem is I keep touching it. I never learn. It's like, why is your child covered in burns? It's like, well, I thought he'd learn a lesson, but then he started just rolling on top of the oven.
So I think the main thing I was holding off on this for was I was having difficulty getting. Okay, I was having difficulty, I think, getting the water to look right on the tail, but it's working now, so I really wanted to have like some kind of like water effect looking like it was hitting the skin and kind of like splotchiness on the skin that would kind of come and go. It's not really, well, I could do it on his butt. It's stationary enough. The head, no. You could do a negative light to kind of make something like that work.
Word, I need you to
but not
quote that.
Not on the head.
I could do it on his butt. It's very important.
The Evan wasn't meant to be touched. Why can I put my hand on it? If you go off that logic, you were going to be in court for sexual harassment so much. Why did God make boobs?
Yes. It does seem to be the motivator.
I really like how this scene looks. Did think this turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
I wish that the ground was a little bit more reflective.
There's one thing I kind of want added to this scene. Can you add some feathers on the ground? Oh, did. You just can't see them.
You can, but it's just they're very small and they're kind of broken. I do it to fix those. But yeah, there is feathers. It's just they're not moldable. But yeah, there was something about feathers, and so I made sure that there was feathers.
Well, yeah, because he just killed a Pegasus.
Well, yeah, but they're not all feathers.
No.
Oh, these are white because of something with I did in a different video. But that does make a good.
I don't know if they ever describe what the Pegasus killed looked like. But that's why Applejack and him were fighting, because he was honest with her.
I'm gonna make a note.
He didn't tell anybody else.
So at least when I open this file to do rendering, I'll have a note that says check feather colors, just to double check. Because even if I change them black now, like I just did with the clouds to fix them, it doesn't mean that I'm going to work on something else in 4 months that's going to change it back, and it's going to be wrong. Also, Michael, for reference, remember?
Yep.
Because it does say that is visible in the background.
Yeah.
I wish the ground was shinier, but I also know that I have it pretty shiny. And even if I made it really shiny, I think we ran into this issue before. Even if I made it really, really shiny, it gets the depth of field blur, and it just makes it so you can't see it anyway. And the reflection would even pop up in the shadow, and that doesn't really look right.
It's supposed to be Manhattan, right? That they're in?
Something like that. It did talk about it being a building with high rises.
Yeah, that sounds like Manhattan. Also, that's kind of the industrial center for Earth ponies. Manhattan.
And this is a really easy skyline to make. That's why I have that. I was trying to think if there's something else to put on the roof here, but anything I put on, because of how this lighting's coming at the sharp angle, meant that anything else was going to be casting a long shadow and blocking the view of things.
Well, my thought is if it was Manhattan, maybe the statue could be in view, but I don't know if there's a model of that.
No, this is going to be, we're looking at probably like 7-8 stories above already.
Yeah.
Any statue's not going to be 8 stories tall.
It's a Statue of Liberty statue.
Yeah, but that's not going to be in the middle of the city. That's going to probably be out somewhere.
In the distance.
Yeah, it's not going to be right here. I'm not going to bother with that. And that also sounds like a lot of work.
I don't even know if the model exists.
So I'm going to mark these as basically good.
I'm curious.
I think I just did a couple little tweaks. I'm going to shrink this audio down. You know, this is going to be another video that others steal clips from for their own projects. I mean, whatever. If I make a video, and as long as that video exists and is out there, that's the purpose I made it for. Hell, oh, there's one little thing I need to do in here quick. I put out a while ago like a full thing that gave everybody access to the animation from all the videos I made before, with a release stating that they can use it for their own rights and their own reasons for without credit, because I don't care. The animation I put in the work and I put into something was for that specific thing, and after it is done, it's like holding on to it. It's not going to
believe you
be
have
that useful for me.
If you want to put that somewhere.
No.
So I think that's like the exact same thing.
It's on. That's on a table.
Twilight's table.
It's part of a table. I'd have to disconnect it from the table. And if I made it big enough to go on the top of there, you'd see the table.
Yeah. Reused assets. Pony. I don't know if somebody did the pony. The Statue of Liberty pony is just a pony, and look at her. She's cool.
It's just like.
No, she copied.
That looks like a pony that already exists.
That's the Statue of Liberty pony.
But is it the Statue of Liberty or is it the Statue of Friendship?
I don't know what they call it. Statue of Pony.
How do you not? A statue of pony.
You know. See? There it is. Being a pony. Good statue.
I don't know how the gravity works with that.
It's just well built.
Oh, it looks like a little leaning one way, but
it's falling over. A leaning statue of pony.
okay. So that's pretty good there. I'm just going to turn off all the lights so I can see where this specific one is. Can't go that direction because it'll have the other problems. I think I'm going to have to go a little bit this way. It's just because I don't want to make it too bright there. Okay. Okay, so that's okay at the end there. But we're going to have to adjust it so that it's getting into the right position. There we go. For
pictures, ponies.
This, oh, this is also getting into the whites of his eyes. I don't want that.
If I go to bed immediately after the stream, I might get 6 hours of sleep.
Why do you need to sleep? You sleep on the plane.
It's a 2-hour flight. I'm not going to get much sleep on the plane. Besides, they're probably going to stick me in a middle seat. I'm just going to be squished between 2 other fat guys. And then we're going to have 3 fat guys in 1 row. And then we're all going to suffer. One of us will probably die. It'll probably be me.
You can fight for supremacy.
The exit.
Whoever wins gets the seat.
No, that is not how middle seat works. Middle seat means you get no armrests.
No, like my thing is, no matter what seat I get, I always try to never use the armrest for the middle seat. Because I think that's right. I'll lean towards the window or lean towards the aisle, but I will then leave the middle seats open for that reason.
I think that's what you're supposed to do, but if it's 3 fat guys, those armrests are taken by fat rolls. So
yeah, there's no way to guarantee it. It's a courtesy thing, but it's a courtesy that it's the golden rule of treat others as you would like to be treated. I would like it if people did that, so I do that for others.
I would like it if the airlines didn't make the seats bigger and just had more planes.
You can. You just have to pay more money.
I don't have more money.
Well, then you got to deal with being poor.
I don't want to. I need my own private jet. It's another evil thing I'm going to do when I get money.
Another evil thing?
Yeah. Unless you're like a celebrity and somebody might recognize you and like try to like make your life a living hell. If you don't have a private jet, you don't have a private jet.
Nobody needs a private jet.
Well, I don't know about that. Like, if you're
a pilot,
no. I mean, no.
Because they fly it themselves. Oh, cheers, Nolan.
Like, if you're Taylor Swift, you can't just ride coach. That would go very poorly for you.
There are people that, yes, they fly private because them trying to have an experience on a plane, first class or not, would be difficult.
Yes.
I would think that you can be pretty famous and be fine. But Taylor Swift, no.
Yeah.
Because, like, imagine trying to get on the plane.
Yeah.
Going through an airport like normal. No, I can understand that. But you don't need to own a private jet. You can charter one. It's like 20 grand, but you can charter private jets. You do not need to own a private jet.
Yeah.
That's my main issue.
Well, that's just a matter of parking space.
Taylor Swift is problematic because she flies for everything. Like 30-minute car drive, she flies. I could see probably because at least if you, I had this conversation with somebody once before where they were talking about how everybody or eating out is very, very expensive and they don't understand why people would do that. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Except if you make enough money, like let's say that your time as a super rich person is worth $10,000 an hour to do something. Is it worthwhile for you to put the time in to cook when you could spend $5,000 on a in-home personal cook and be making more money? But you might enjoy it, and that's different. But I can understand some people that are in certain situations being able to spend excess in something that normal people wouldn't for that reason.
That argument really holds up because even the phone call is going to take longer than the 30 seconds it takes to microwave a hot dog.
Yeah, but you're not really, because if you're not making a phone call, you have somebody there.
You got to tell them what you want to eat.
No, they just have something ready.
They just know.
You go home and they're
gotta get a psychic.
They don't. You don't have a specific request. It can just be ready because at that point you just want to eat. Like there's a certain level where but the idea is that certain things that sound expensive, depending on the person, might be worth the cost. Even something stupid expensive because, like, so driving might not make some sense to somebody when saving the few minutes to get there might be more value to them than the cost. And she might just get mobbed a lot on the roads. But I mean, you still have to like pay to get to an airport too. So I mean,
yeah, you have to set all that up.
Okay, so having I added that little light to the eye because with that city below, having that like extra little like glow in the eye just really makes that like city light pop. It really makes it feel right. It makes it feel wet. And that's what I want. I want his eye to feel wet.
I feel like you could improve this scene by making an apple snack.
Michael, it doesn't. You like lore and story, and that doesn't work.
Yeah, but the book would be better.
The book would be better, but
yeah.
Okay, I will do that as long as we can replace Twilight with a
I'm
stallion.
not sure how Applejack would have managed to get pregnant, but I like to.
Yeah, we'll just
imagine how it
gender
happened.
swap everybody, right?
No,
No, we'll do, and if we gender swap everybody, we would have a video that's like 80% stallion. So
no, don't do that.
no, this sounds better. You wanted this one swapped.
Yeah, because
If you make $40 an hour and it takes you 2 hours to cook and clean, then that meal costs you $80. That only works if you're self-employed doing. If your life is your job. If I make $40 an hour at my job, once I do my 8 to 5 and I go home, then it doesn't matter anymore. That's gone. Then it comes down.
Wave a freaking hot
Then it
dog.
comes down to how much you value your own time, and everybody has a value to their own time. Michael values his time at $-
No,
so he'll try to save any amount of money through any amount of time. But for me, even there's a certain amount of time. Like if I'm gonna go make a certain meal that takes me 3 hours to make, I'm not gonna go and do that. That's way too much time. An hour maybe, but
he's gonna just sit here and giggle while he plays with his Rainbow Dash slippers. 'Cause that's how he spends his time.
they've just been sitting on. They've been sitting on the box.
You play with him and you giggle, and then you're like, I can't cook food because I'm gonna spend my time playing with the slippers. I'm dying. Okay, cool. Did Michael do the voice? I didn't see a voice impression.
Michael, you're just not paying attention. It was right here.
Come on.
Eiffel 65. I'm blue. Rainbow Dash version.
I'm blue, apple D, apple horse, apple horse, apple horse, apple horse, apple horse.
You messed up and then just rolled with it.
Yes. No, gotta do the Rainbow Dash version. And she's very much, she likes singing about Applejack. So it's like, double D, apple horse, apple horse, apple horse. It's like, I'm blue. No, she likes singing about Applejack because they smooch. You don't understand. I used to know that whole song.
It's like
With
it's like 4
9-5.
sentences and then the repeated like whatever
It's like I live in a blue house in a
with the blue
world.
little windows and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around him because he's got nobody to listen.
And apple D, apple die. It's but Rainbow Day.
Oh, let's finish the desk.
I like apple.
See, a lot of these were
Apple horse.
I thought most of these were
Rainbow Dash,
pretty
Rainbow
much
Dash.
done. Rainbow Dash, Rainbow Dash, Rainbow Dash, Rainbow Dash.
She likes blue.
Rarity desk. Okay.
She likes being blue.
Well, RD is singing about AJ because like she has some weird asphyxiation.
I am upset we never got to see the episode where they start dating. I want to see that episode so bad.
The awkwardness,
Yes, all the awkwardness leading up to it.
Michael.
Oh yes. See, that's the stuff. If you want to make money on YouTube, you just need to make more of that.
No, that's what AI is for.
Oh,
If you want porn, go to AI now.
kinda, yeah. Did her little ear twitch? That was cute.
I do have to probably play around with the other scene because I think a lot of these have been doing fades in between, but I don't know if I'm going to do it for some because it's just I'm playing with like potential. I think it's like 8 seconds for some of these shots, and that's not enough time to really do anything. Where especially if you're doing a fade that's like 2 to 3 seconds, then that means that you only have 2 to 3 seconds before the fade, 2 to 3 seconds of a fade, and then 2 to 3 seconds after the fade. It's not very much. So
No, and I feel like you said that without thinking. I've never eaten a cold hot dog before. I have definitely eaten cold hot dogs before.
okay, so she's not actually moving. I didn't actually
The thing is, I remember as a kid breaking up hot dogs and feeding them to ducks instead of like bread, which was probably better for them. We also used it as fishing bait. We would use hot dogs as fishing bait. They worked sometimes.
7 seconds. This is supposed to be like this long.
Honestly, if you're wanting to catch catfish, hot dogs were pretty choice. They worked pretty well. Like you just break up pieces of hot dogs.
Let me load up the music here. I don't think I've loaded any models, have I? Where's my song?
Like it's impressive when you grow up without a lot of money, how many uses you find with hot dogs. You can make just about anything with them. Cookie, can't make cookies with them. At least I wouldn't recommend it. I still want to do hot dog tacos someday. You would enjoy it. It was probably one of the best things I made.
Oh, there it is. It's AX9.
Just don't put hot dogs in the blender. That was a mistake I only made once. I feel like that's just going to become everybody's dinner eventually. We're all just going to be eating sausage and nothing else for like protein. I saw the YouTube video, Nolan. It was silly. I mean, hot dogs chopped up into spaghetti is actually pretty good trailer park food. I've definitely eaten it. You don't have to like poke the spaghetti through the hot dog. That's just weird. It's just nonsense. You just chop them up and they're like substitute meatballs.
I wonder if I should try to break up some of this timing more. I could probably extend some of these shots to find ways to take up more time, but I don't know how to do it within the song that sounds right.
I still remember the very first meal I bought for like my family with my paycheck, and it was just me and my sister. My mom was gone. I say for my family, it was just me and my sister. My mom was gone, my dad was gone, my brothers were gone. I can't remember what, so it was just me and her. And I had my car, so I was in high school. And we wake up and there's no food in the house. It's empty. And I'm like, okay, I think we have to feed ourselves. So I drove to this little gas station that was down the road because the closest like grocery store was an hour's drive. I didn't want to drive that far. But there was this little gas station. Long story short about that gas station. It got bought by a guy who sold a bunch of meths and then got possessed because he bought the building with drug money. That's a different story. Right now, I'm just going with the gas station, and the only thing I can really find that is a meal is hot dogs, cans of Hormel chili, and shredded cheese with hot dog buns. So, the very first meal I ever purchased that was for like somebody other than just me was I made chili cheese dogs. And my sister was very happy because she was like, "Wow, you got food!" I didn't think that was a thing that could happen. That wasn't just our parents or grandparents doing it. I was very proud of myself in that moment, and it stuck in my memory. Michael had brought food up, and we ate it, and we were very happy because chili dogs are great. Even though we've had Gold Star chili dogs here a few times. He doesn't really eat them anymore, though. And I would make the chili for the freaking conies, and Adam would never put the chili on the hot dog. He would just eat the hot dog. And I'll say this, drove me insane. I made stuff for chili cheese dogs. Make the goddamn chili cheese dog.
I never put mine on it either.
I hate both of you.
I just ate it with the chili with it on the side because I don't like the mess that comes with putting chili. Why do I have to put it on the hot dog?
Because it's a chili cheese dog.
But if I
It was always intended to
if
be
I
a
take
chili
a bite
cheese
of the
dog.
hot dog and then I take a bite of the chili while the hot dog is still in my mouth,
No.
what's the difference?
What if you just take the cheese off the pizza and then put the cheese in your mouth after you take a bite of saucy bread?
It's a good idea.
I hate both of you.
I like plain that's what I love chili cheese dogs, my sins, but I eat chili dogs with a fork and knife.
That's fine. If you want to keep it off your face.
Well, it's just that like
Put
the dog
on the...
well, for one, it's not chili.
It was.
No, it's not.
It absolutely is.
No, because you're saying it's chili, but then you're saying it's not chili. It's a specific type of chili.
It's Cincinnati chili.
Yeah, but then you made a three-way dog. You didn't make a chili dog.
No, it's a coney.
It's a coney.
Yeah.
Why is it a coney?
Cincinnati chili.
Why is it called coney?
Coney Island.
Oh, that's stupid.
Well, that's just how it is.
Well, okay. Well, you don't like my hot dish, but you don't like the reasoning I came up with of those either. I like back in the camera a little bit, but I don't like that I can see on the other side of our desk right here. It starts right here.
I mean, spaghetti's just pasta. All pasta is essentially the same. It's just in different shapes.
Yeah, we can do that. I like the idea of the camera coming a little bit more.
Did I
from that
make
side.
Cincinnati chili when you guys were here? I don't know that I did.
What?
On Silver and Nolan.
No, you didn't.
No.
It's good because otherwise they'd use some probiotic too.
Guess you have to visit again. No, I remember the first time I made it for them. We were rented like in a party room in their old hotel, and I made a huge mess that took forever to clean up.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm trying to cough away from the mic.
I don't want to have it where everybody's just looking at something and then looking up in like the distance reminiscingly.
Silver and Nolan are never going to move up here. They love Florida too much.
Everybody you have talked to that doesn't live in Minnesota in the last like month, you've just said move here.
Yes.
Every single person.
My friends. I want my friends to move here. My family can stay in Kentucky. They can stay there. It's fine. You should want your friends to be close. You're just afraid there's not enough room on the board game table. But we could go play video games or more pinball. People need to play more pinball. We have like 2 setups for video games, and like we could just turn the basement could just be an arcade.
I can't remember. I used to have an old estimate. It probably has changed now as to how many people we could host.
If everybody's,
It's probably around 16 to 18.
you could have 4 on the retro stuff,
Yeah.
1 or 2 on the pinball and the arcade machines reasonably. You could probably have maybe 6 people reasonably on the other television,
Yeah.
and then 8 people max playing board games.
Yes, that is if you're min-maxing.
Yeah.
That is like saying, okay, we're gonna play some board games. We have 14 people that want to play board games. Too bad we don't have space. You're gonna, I guess, go play arcade because that's the last thing left.
No,
like, I don't want to have it where people are forced to. So you don't want to have it where every station is full. You want to have a certain amount that's not.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
All my friends here.
We could probably host at most like 16 and keep people entertained. But it would be messy. I have to think about how many people per toilet. Well, we have a bathroom upstairs too. I don't think even for 60, we've had 16 people over
can
here
take
for like
turns.
Friendsgiving. That's not been a problem. If everybody suddenly like gets food poisoning from whatever Michael cooked and needs to use the toilet at the exact same time, sure. I guess that is a consideration.
There's always the front lawn.
The bunnies don't want.
Your own competition. I mean, yeah, most of the backyard's probably bunny poop at this point.
Oh yeah, this is the old rarity. I need to fix this. These are called mystery mirrors. Oh yeah, you separated the outfits, so I can just mix them in.
You can mix and match a bit. It's rainbows.
Oh, I forgot I had 2 libraries open. If I won the lottery, paid off your mortgage, hired a full-time cook, would you let me build a stepmother's cottage in your backyard and live there? What, like, are you talking like with like the crooked chimney and
Yeah, just in the wood.
and like I require a cauldron?
Just in the backwooded area. It's a weird old witch house back there.
And you could actually put it in the woods too. That's
Yes.
weird.
It's like people look at it. What's that little hut? Oh, that's Baba Yaga. Yeah, she's back there now. It's fine. I wouldn't go near it though.
We do have a large wooded space that's not really used, but I am
We use it for
98% sure
collecting
that
wood.
I'm 98% sure that we own it based on maps that you can pull up for our city. You can just look up and it shows where kind of where property lines are. We're in a corner and it shows that our property goes the full corner, which means, as far as I can tell, that we go all the way back into the woods.
I probably need to start doing that the weekend I'm back from Christmas stuff.
Firewood?
If we're gonna have firewood for next year,
Why do you have to do it like in January?
I have to do it when the foliage is off the trees.
Yeah, but you can do that in like March when it's nicer. Because March, nothing's growing.
Even in the winter, the work it takes, I'm doing it without a coat because it's hot work.
Okay, Ministry of Image.
No,
Music's
it's
playing. I don't really hear
I
it.
get very warm chopping wood for hours on end.
There we go.
It's pinky. Yeah.
Got it backwards.
Just give her that outfit.
Michael. Dark Horse.
Dog. She's a little spooky.
It's not gonna carry over a lot of the stuff to her, but
No, and remember, you gotta bake it before half the flexes will work. But you can move it into place.
yeah, but that's
So,
normal thing. I'm
Yeah.
used to that.
something I have to remind myself more than anything. No, it's I think the one thing I like the electric chainsaw just because it's electric and it's lighter, but it is a lot more setup than a gas one. Like I have to run the extension cord out there. Once it's set up, it's actually easier than a gas one would be. It's just about getting started. The little chainsaw's done a lot of work.
Too much hair.
Got double hair.
I have to be careful what I zero because Michael included a lot of other stuff in these. If I zero everything, I can zero bad stuff. That looks fine.
And it moves good, which is good. That was hard to get.
Okay, I need to make sure that these cameras are set up with the sheet to fix the Z-near issues.
And I hope the hair is weighted well, because None of the hair was weighted on these models originally. Like what I said, I learned how to do all the hard stuff and didn't learn how to model, like weighting stuff properly. It took a while to figure that out. Making bones took a while to figure out. Making it actually transfer to source properly took a really long time to figure it out. And see, I don't know what to talk about. I never get sick. I am invincible. She looks so concerned.
Probably gonna have her start not too sad, just kind of like that. This isn't sad, this is just like
Well, you're just concentrating or needs to poop. Or is pooping. That's poop face. Just got a bucket at her desk. It's very busy. Time is money.
what is she working as on? Her eyebrows are hard because technically the eyebrow needs to be at the edge of the blue,
It does make sense.
but that means I have like a target.
I don't know. Your eyebrows aren't exactly at the top of your eyelid. A little above that.
I know, but I'm like in terms of framing, it just works better.
Oh, did they ever? I don't think they ever did a shot with that where he wasn't wearing her mascara and her makeup.
It's not mascara.
What do you call eyeliner?
It's Maybelline. She was born with it.
She was just born with just the blue. There is when she cries and her mascara absolutely just runs down her face.
Well, that's the black part of it, not the blue though.
Well, I don't know. The blue.
That's like the eyeliner.
Yeah. She wears a lot of makeup. For somebody in their like 20s.
Actually looks a little weird following the border there. I'm not too worried about that part right now. There was just sure. Oh, her eyes kind of do a little bit of a weird wobble. That's because I need to make her blink.
I'm trying to think if any of the other ponies ever even once wore makeup. They probably did when they went to the gala.
They all do.
Yeah.
They all got like. Why do the males not have little like frillies on their eyelashes, but the females do?
Well, the ladies just have long eyelashes. You think Rainbow's putting on fake eyelashes?
No, I think that women and males have this. Women and male, they both have the same length eyelashes.
Yeah,
it's just that women tend to beef theirs up.
You really think Rainbow Dash is beefing up her eyelashes?
Well, they are. Their eyelashes are different lengths.
Yeah, that could just be horse eyelashes. That's how horse works.
That's how horse works.
Yeah. Rainbow Dash is not wearing makeup. How dare you?
She's wearing.
Yeah, and Applejack wouldn't, for her life, wear makeup.
She wakes up in the morning, and then she trips into a Maybelline bag. Does a little flip, yes. And then just out comes horse with makeup.
Rarity's covered in makeup. Fluttershy probably would wear makeup if, like, Rarity was like, "Ooh, let me do up your face." Fluttershy wouldn't hesitate.
Well, no, because Fluttershy wouldn't say no. She wouldn't make it sound like she wants it. No, give it to me, Rarity.
Well, she would like her. She probably doesn't make time for it, but if a friend offered, she would.
She doesn't need makeup. She needs a shower.
She does need a shower. Pinkie Pie and Twilight would, depending on the occasion. But Applejack and Rainbow Dash, unless they're going to the gala, you're not going to get eyeliner anywhere near them. And even at the gala, Rainbow Dash probably wouldn't.
Good one. Not right.
She works out her eyelashes too. You know, she just flexes them. It's strong.
See here. See, look. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's normal for a mare. And that's normal for a stallion.
None.
Yeah. Stallions
None.
don't get eyelashes.
None.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. Look, that's the difference between stallions and mares.
There. Stallion, mare.
Yeah, mares have
Wait,
eyelashes.
stallion, mare.
Mare.
No, like they have they're using it as an identifier.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is also a thing. Like, how about hair? Like, they have a little like eyelash thing going out that way, and then they got none on here. So this looks fine for you, I'm guessing. Got all bit up.
His hat, yeah, he got beat up.
But it's like they have an identifier. Like, look at this one. It's got top and bottom.
Yeah, she's got extra flashy. I think they did. There was one episode that said Rarity's like eyelashes, her bottom row, are fake. She wears fake eyelashes.
Sure, understandable, but that kind of implies that like a lot of people are.
No, the mares just have long eyelashes.
Why?
Because they're mares.
Why do mares have long eyelashes?
Because mares.
The only
it's
reason
like asking why women have boobs.
The only reason that women have long eyelashes is because of makeup. No. They do not natively have longer eyelashes.
The horses are different. If you haven't noticed.
Being sexist.
No, it's pretty clear. You just did a whole presentation to make it clear.
Well, they're just all put on makeup because there's implication that women don't wear makeup aren't true women in our culture.
No, they're not wearing makeup.
No, that's what they're showing. They're showing the eyelashes because of the implication that women have to wear makeup. Which is stupid.
But Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, Michael is mansplaining women horses.
To another guy.
No, you're mansplaining about something.
Yes. Look, it's all those mare hormones. They make the eyelashes grow big.
Wait, now you're giving a lore reason as to why without actually knowing?
That makes sense.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Rainbow Dash is not gonna wear makeup.
She doesn't need to. She's just amazing.
Yeah.
Did I do that time right? It was off by 1, but whatever. And why are you saying Rainbow Dash doesn't wear makeup? Do you think she can't wear makeup?
She never would.
Why would she?
Because it's not in her personality.
How do you know that?
Because every time Rarity tried to gussy her up, she would fight.
It doesn't mean she can't do a little something.
She's just not going to.
There's a difference between going like all out and a little bit. You saying she can't?
I'm not saying
she's a strong, independent horse,
won't.
Michael.
Wow.
She can do what she wants. You're trying to tell her what to do. So Michael's over here saying what horses can and can't do with their lives. Michael, stop before women hurt you.
I have done nothing. I am arguing for these fictional magical horses.
You're arguing for the female stereotype.
Actually, according to this, men's eyelashes are on average longer.
Oh, okay. So that means that we should go and add all the eyelashes to the men.
No. Because men have more hair growth in general.
Yeah. So you were going the other to see if there's a difference, and it ended up being in the complete opposite direction.
From the testosterone, yeah. That's why men just have like hair everywhere. Except on top of our heads. This is frustrating.
Well, no, like a lot of people do, but those people are stupid, and they need to give it to the rest of us.
Yes.
They need to share.
Could use some of that.
Have you tried meth?
Mare horses are different, obviously. A lot of
Most controversial topic.
it's
It's because Michael's over here just
clear.
mansplaining.
magical fictional horses. Yes, and it's very clear that mares and
Mayor.
like men's eyelashes in humans are longer than women's eyelashes, but for magical horses, it's the other way around. Clearly. So there.
Michael, you know what?
What?
For all the crap and problems you're causing,
You just want more booze.
you need to go get more booze.
I haven't finished my beer yet. It's got a little bit in there. See? Listen. What do you want? Okay, well, hold on to your glass.
It's got a nut.
Well, finish your nut.
I don't know why that mixed nut was actually really good. It was different from the last one. That's my hair. You can't have it. Yeah, I'm like seeing celebrities and stuff, and I'm like, they all have hair. What? I don't think they're doing anything different. I just think that they got on it earlier and they have fancier treatment. I'm too late. I'm too far gone. Pray for me.
His prayers will go unanswered. Here you go.
Pistachio.
Somebody's got to drink them.
I had one last time. My love, I love your rarity. Well, hello for our hearts foundry. Well, she's sad rarity, but she's rarity. We're working on some scenes for the Ministry Mirrors video. Finished quite a few today, but I've got there were ones that we've already had done, so we're mostly done. That's what this one is too, so it doesn't really count to me as being like a whole scene finished.
Says for horses, there's no difference.
There, your point's been disproven.
No, mine clearly when it comes to magical horses, my point stands.
Okay, so you'll look to the facts to see if they go with you, but if they don't, then you will
The
say
facts are clear. I can see the horses.
that. So you're
I've
not.
looked at a lot of mare horses of the magical type, and they all have longer eyelashes.
But doesn't mean that this, Michael, they could be any. What if they're putting on makeup?
No, some of them probably are, but not all of them.
So then, if you can't tell the difference, then why would they?
What do you mean?
If some are putting on makeup and some aren't. Why would they put on makeup at
Some
all?
of them need to. I mean, not everybody can be born a champion.
I mean, like that one. He tried putting on makeup, but he's allergic to nuts.
Yeah, he's allergic to mares. He's dying. You make it my wife cry.
I can make her feel better. You make my wife cry, bro. I challenge you to a duel. Smash you with hoof glove. Hoof glove.
His hoof glove.
And then this is a sock.
It was a wool sock. It was very heavy.
No, we're in ministry mayor stuff. It's about a lot of it's supposed to be sad.
I do think in the My Little Pony universe, it is implied that if a stallion has a mustache, it's like a stick-on, and horses can't actually grow mustaches.
Should we take a look at your OC?
What about him? He's got a goatee, yes, but it is kind of implied that it's a stick-on if it's in the horse world. That it's like a fashion accessory to have a mustache. But that would kind of imply Stars World the beard, its beard comes off. So maybe not.
Yeah, Star Swirl's beard is a little bit different.
Yes.
I don't know. Sometimes, but being a guy, it feels like I am like growing 2 layers of hair. So maybe.
Mm-hmm. It's a little much. I don't know why I need to be this hairy. Seems unnecessary. It's actually kind of annoying sometimes. Especially when it comes to back hair. There's a lot of it.
But Heart's fun to see. We got other pictures in the background. They're all Rarity. We got her appointee of the year, Miss Rarity, the mayor behind the Ministry of Image, does things and stuff.
Wow.
Oh, we got the rolling pone. Rarity goes punk. Horse flew on rise. Why horse? Why not horse, Steve? Octavia explodes. Horse is now big goop pile.
No.
Ketamine, lose 20 pounds in 10 days.
Oh, yeah. There was another one. You didn't read it.
There's that one.
No, rare punk rating.
There's all those ones.
Yeah.
And then the sock one.
No, that one.
Socks. It's Rarity wearing socks. Yay, socks. How make do the things so many do. It's 3 bits. It's volume 69.
Oh no.
Big special issue. I don't know if I put any others. I picked like some year that made sense. Issue 420.
Wow. I was gonna say Rolling Pole.
And then I wanted something with like her like having a picture with the royalty. No, I mean you can't. I don't think you can see socks.
No, the whole joke is lost.
Well, you can see the word socks.
But you can't see Rarity.
It's implied.
No, it's not. You gotta have.
You can't see this one either.
What?
Well, that's just her friends. Who cares about that one? Yeah, that's what all these shots are too. They're
wants to see sexy Rarity.
They're just the scenes that we put on those. See, Michael, you can see the sexy socks. She's like in her 50s or something.
No, we've established her in their 30s.
No, you established.
It only makes sense.
I'm convinced they're in their 50s.
Because some of them are still having kids. Which implies they haven't hit menopause, so they're not in their 50s.
Oh, if they were horse, then they would have to have the kids in their teens.
It very clearly works in human years.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
That you know of. Maybe the sun just spins really fast. What if the days are only 8 hours long?
And then she's still not 50.
She's 50 in that many years. I have arm stockings like those. Yeah, they're pretty standard. Yeah, I made that one originally, and then we made a bunch of others to just kind of fill the background. The idea being Rarity's office would more than likely have things about Rarity. Not that she's like me, or look at Rarity, but also that if she's running the Ministry of Image, that she would want to provide examples and things in the background that are showing that she has power and control.
I always kind of just thought that was stuff from her younger years before the war.
This one wouldn't be. This one, those two maybe not. I mean, that's probably younger because they wouldn't have a 50-year-old on there. So
she's not 50.
You're saying somebody like this isn't 50 that dresses like that.
She's just trying to be professional.
She has an office in her house, a workshop and sewing room. Well, in this, it's based on Photoquestria. So Photoquestria being, she's running the Ministry of Image. So there would be no sewing or anything like that. It would be an office for running a company, essentially.
Between all the fanfics I've read of Photoquestria, 3 of them have kids in the course of the events. The 3 were Rainbow Dash. No, not Rainbow Dash was not one of them. Applejack, Fluttershy, and Twilight.
All right, so I just need to add some motion to Rarity here. I don't really need much motion. I just need some. I have all the keyframes kind of for the other scenes. This is the easiest way to do it. Is I'm just going to take some of these. I'm going to take this one. Let's say we're going to go to rarity, not their face. I don't want to change their face. We're just going to go a little bit in. And now that adds a little bit of motion, but now she's kind of like moving a direction. I don't want that. So we're going to offset it a bit. So between here and here, it is moving her head to the left. So we're just going to offset that, is it? Yeah. So this is moving it to the right. So I need to move it, counter move it a little bit to the left. There we go. Okay, and now it just felt like it's giving her motion without having to go through and do a ton of extra work trying to add it myself. It's just taking the work I've already done and just manipulating it. So same thing here. She kind of looks forward a little bit. I like the idea of her pulling back a little bit after that position. So we're going to go to this point. Same thing.
There's an entire Reddit called How to Teleport Mares and Stallions.
Too much. Okay. And then here. She does a little bit of a bounce back, but I was going to do a little bit extra just to make sure there's something with her moving. I want pixels moving is essentially all it is. Camera is going to be moving, which helps.
I like this one. Throw a pebble near it. If he runs away, then it's a stallion. If she runs away, then it's a mare. Genius.
Hello, Godzilla Man. Hope you guys have a great Christmas in a few days, and I hope you all enjoy a great New Year's. Michael flies out in like less than 12 hours.
Yeah, and I have to be heading towards the airport.
Like 4 or something in the morning. Yeah. So Michael is super early to head out to Hum. Our family does Christmas Eve at my brother's, where they order Chinese food and watch Christmas movies. Usually ends up being either Christmas Vacation, The Grinch with Jim Carrey, or we watched Die Hard one year. That was fun. I thought there was another one. Those are the main two, though. It's usually either The Grinch or Christmas Vacation. They're both amazing movies, so I don't mind watching them over and over every year. And then we go to my parents' house for Christmas, where they host every year. They do a big meal thing. Do gift exchange. I would call it gift exchanges, but it's kind of just now where the kids get gifts and my parents get some stuff. But other than that, there's not much other gift exchanges amongst the siblings, my siblings or my parents, which I kind of prefer it that way. They do a Jingle Ball, little fun game that you can win prizes at, and that's where my parents give their gifts from the most part. It's where I own most of my warm socks. I've won so many warm socks from that. But I've used them actually the last couple of weeks because cold basement. So.
I eventually want to make wine from the trees out back, but I only have half a gallon of juice so far. And it's taken a couple of years to get that.
So want some of our dry sparkling mulberry wine. Yeah, he's working on making some mulberry wine.
Yeah, it's just we only have a couple trees out back, and it's hard to always get to the berries, and then my juicing process is basically bring them in, smash them with a potato masher, and then wring it out through a piece of cheesecloth. So probably not the most efficient process, but I've managed to get a half gallon over a few years of mulberry juice, which occupies a large amount of space in the freezer at all times.
Yes. You complained about the turkey for a while, though your just frozen mulberry juice has been taking up probably just as much space.
Yeah. Now, I imagine it'll either be really good or a huge waste of time. I have no idea.
If it ends up being a huge waste of time, I'm going to be so pissed. It's like eating up this giant space.
It's already a huge waste of time, but if it's not good after all said and done.
You could get it done in 1 year.
How? If we had a ladder to get all the berries,
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons.
Or a crane.
Get like a spider crane.
Yeah, you can just rent one.
Totally.
Spend thousands of dollars to get one bottle of crappy wine.
Yes, absolutely. No, I think every time I went out there, I managed to maybe get 2 cups of juice, like measured. So, and I think I can only get out there to collect juice maybe 4 times a year before the berries all fall off or are just gone. So I get like 8 cups of juice a year. It's taking a while to get to a gallon. Because most of the berries are way up high.
I can go twice as high.
Maybe if your blackberries like start doing something.
Yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention to them this year, but apparently the first year's slow, but I still feel like they didn't really grow much. I think those bunnies just really...
They don't need to grow much. They just need to get their roots in.
Yeah, we'll see. In the spring, I'm gonna really have to take a look at them. But those, I want something good to get started so that the bunnies, don't have to worry about fencing it in from the bunnies.
Well, if they're all over the place and they're big, then you don't have to worry about it no more.
But they're also supposed to grow, so I think in the spring I'm gonna have to put down some stakes with like wire because they need something to climb on. If you don't put something for them to climb on, they don't go and do anything.
Yeah.
So I need to put something down. They have some like wiring, but it's not going to give much for fruit.
I don't think you can expect much from those for the first few years.
They only live 2 years.
Well, yeah, but then they spread.
No, spread their fruit. Drop seeds. They die, and the next one takes over. So they're not, but they have to bear fruit. And right now they're not big enough for fruit. So I'm going to hope that next year they do. But they'd have to go really damn fast. So
we'll see.
Yeah. I was hoping for something a little more like low effort, but it sounds like they're kind of high effort.
No, once they get established, they're no effort. No more effort than the mulberry trees.
Well, the mulberry trees are trees.
I feel like what I need to do with the mulberry trees, if I really want to get a good number of berries off of them, is we have to set up a net beneath them.
Yeah, but then it's just going to make a place for squirrels and bunnies to jump on.
They're going to turn into trampoline.
Trampoline bunnies. And they're going to be like covered in fruit, and they're just going to look like targets for the birds. Mm-hmm. Look like they already had a war.
Because most of those berries just fall to the ground and then rot. I collect a fraction of them. But if we were serious about it, we'd have nets.
Yeah, but we're not serious about it because I'm not putting nets in the yard.
No, nets.
You wouldn't want to put the time and effort into nets. You would just go buy a damn bottle of mulberry wine.
The nets would be quicker than me collecting them by hand.
Or just go buy mulberry wine.
No, it's got to be Argo Farms. Farm wine.
You're going to call it like Derp B something. That's your thing.
Funny. Where the hell are you supposed to find mulberry juice anyways? I'm sure you can probably find it online, but that's not fun. How much is a gallon of mulberry juice?
It's like, welcome to Big Al's Mulberry Farm.
Yes.
Guaranteed to be 30% mulberry juice. What's the other 70%? Welcome to Big Jim's Mulberry Farm.
See, it would cost like... But yeah, it would... Oh, that's grape juice.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that because a lot of the juices are just grape or apple with a tiny bit of some other flavor to...
Yeah, I have to watch that when buying stuff.
Almost every juice out there is either apple juice or grape juice. Thank you, Hearts Foundry, for the gift sub to Drac. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 33.8 ounces of pure organic mulberry juice is $54.
We'll do it.
I have like $100 of mulberry juice in the fridge back there.
Well, if you tell that it's been frozen for a couple of years, I'm thinking
Still organic.
You'd have to check on how organic is defined.
What do you mean? We're not spraying those trees.
Yeah, I know, but they have really weird definitions. 1 year she convinced me. Wait, I'm probably missing. My mom, her loved Christmas tradition. Every year she would prank my sister with a gift. Like the time she convinced my 16-year-old sister that mom had bought her a bottle of champagne. Turned out to be champagne shampoo. 1 year she convinced her she bought my sister a new stereo system, and there's a huge box under the tree. Turned out to be a box after box after box to finally reveal a tiny doll's house stereo. We were at a White Elephant once where somebody did that. They had a big box, and the box just kept opening up further and further and further, and at the very bottom ended up being some like small little thing. And if I remember right, the person that got that was angry because they got like nothing. And I'm like, yeah, but like part of a White Elephant isn't about the gift you're getting, it's about the fun of the trading and whatever. And everybody had a lot of fun with the box opening because it was just like another box and another box. So like that was funny, but they didn't like that in the end. They got a very small gift.
Was this a full-grown adult person?
Yeah, it's a browning. So yes, it was a full-grown adult acting childish.
Yes, like if you're a full-grown adult with a decent job, you shouldn't care.
That's why White Elephant gifts are supposed to be like $10 things.
Yeah,
because they're supposed to be meant to be fun. Though we had one person once that bought like essentially diapers because they were like $10 and just put it in there as a funny thing. But I'm like,
don't do
but
that.
At that point, you're just being an asshole.
Yeah, I'm gonna find something.
And that's the reason
fun.
that person was not invited to that event anymore. So from that friend at that time. They're better now.
There's nothing I want for Christmas because I have everything I want, and anything I don't want, I have money to buy it. So
yeah, that's why like for Christmas for like our family, they used to do like gifts changing, but a gift exchanging where all the kids in the family would just trade names. But it ended up being most of the people just said, just give a donation to some other place in my name or a gift card. Well, then we're just exchanging money. And I don't like that. If maybe one person gives a gift, but all the rest is just gift cards, then why spend $40 to give to one person to get $40 back? Just don't do anything, and then you can buy the thing you want. Yeah, you can say like the gift card is a way of stating that you have to spend the money in the place that you're going to do it. If it's a Home Depot gift card, you're going to be going to go Home Depot to do that project anyway. It doesn't changing anything. I can understand if like somebody is like hard for money and really having a tough time, and you get them a Caribou gift card, or like, okay, so for those that aren't by us, Caribou's a coffee shop. So like you get them like a Starbucks gift card. Then you are saying like, I know you're having a hard time, but you can't spend this on anything other than just having a nice something for yourself to treat yourself. Sure, that I understand. But if the person's doing well, they can go and buy the coffee whenever they damn well please. So I don't get it. I think my ideal idea of how gifts are given is that you are at a store and you see something that looks like perfect for that person, and you buy it and you give it to them. No reason. There was no event needed. There was no marketing gimmick around some special holiday needed to require a exchanging of something with the person. You just saw something they should like and you bought it for them. That's the perfect kind of gift.
That is kind of why I got you the slippers.
Yeah, like, well, you also did it around the holiday.
I did it around the holiday, but I saw him like, he needs those.
Yeah, but it's like, I think you should get something for somebody, not because an event tells you to, but because you found something that they would like and you felt that it would be fun to give it to them. That's the best way to do it. I don't like the idea of some marketing holiday. The only exception I have is for kids.
Children have an expectation.
Not even an expectation.
If it's not met.
But it's just a fun experience as a kid when you don't have money to get something, but you don't have the money to spend, so then getting it is fine. I'm perfectly fine with kids.
Thank you.
But other than that, man.
For the bits.
Thank you for the bits, Harsh.
Got Typey Derpy.
Thank you very much. Those kids always left our home with cherished memories of their visits. Well, yeah, that's the thing. The kids are okay. Kids are perfectly fine. But once they start having jobs for a while, then you can probably being like, okay, well, now they have the money to spend on things. So maybe, you can start slowing down on it.
Derpy it up.
No, plasma fine.
Yes, hello, Plasma. You want to see his OCD run all over my nose. But joke's on you, he likes it.
She looks ready to go. I really don't know if I need to do too much more here.
I'm gonna finish this beer before the stream's over. It's got half a beer left.
Oh, we have 4 minutes left. Yeah. I keep thinking today's Friday.
That's only because, you're off work. You already been off work, though, for a bit now.
I am on day 5 of 17.
There was one thing I was kind of depressed on. Years ago, there was a Derpy plushie where she was wearing, a little blue, male mare uniform. And it was available on, a site you could purchase it off of, and I was going to buy it, but I thought to myself, well, it's close to Christmas and my family wants me to tell them what I want for Christmas, and I don't have any real ideas, so I'll leave this thing open. I'll tell them this is what I want, and they can buy it for me, and then they can say, I got you a gift, and be like, yay. I would enjoy it. And then none of them got it for me, and then it sold out and I couldn't get it anymore. The same thing happened with I wanted to buy a copy of Heroes, Fall Equestria Heroes, but I held off buying it a different year and told them this is what I want, and then none of them bought it for me, and I never got a copy.
See, and I don't even like that too, where other than kids, if a bunch of adults are just giving people a list of things to buy them for Christmas, just give them the money to buy it, but then they're going to exchange the same amount of money, so they could have just bought it themselves. It's stupid. It makes no sense.
But they would harass me to tell them, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? I would tell them and be like, ooh, it's a pony thing.
I know, but again, it's just, if you're giving people a list of things to buy you, then that's not, then when you open it up, there's no surprise, there's no fun with the gift giving. It's just like, hey, it's the thing I put on a list. Wow, didn't expect that. That's why I think it really is to feel special, and that's why I just don't do Christmas. It's not what Christmas should be. It should be a bunch of adults with hanging out, having drinks, having food, just enjoying company and if there's kids, watching the kids have that enjoyment and having a nostalgic experience of remembering when you were the ones doing that too. That's the me too. I don't want anything. I want literally zero. Just don't give me anything. I'd be perfectly happy. It just yeah.
And there's that one guy, as soon as Thanksgiving ends, the Christmas CDs play on repeat.
Yeah, you can hear that Mariah Carey is creeping over the hill.
In our household growing up, the stereo system I actually now have here in my room would play on repeat 3 Christmas albums in rotation.
When we used to go to my grandmother's for Christmas, they had an old radio that would be playing Christmas music, and it was always Frank Sinatra and a lot of the old ones, and it would be playing nonstop throughout the household. But I have a lot of good memories from that because it was, again, when I was a kid, the nostalgic time of opening presents as a kid. But it was just, they always super decorated their house for everything. And it was, you were there for Christmas. And so it was the Christmas house. And it was, I kind of miss that. We haven't done that in, 20 years.
The one thing I am going to go do this year, which I'm kind of looking forward to, because it's kind of the last real thing. Every year, my dad no matter how old he got, no matter how big my Aunt Dorothy's family got. And I'm talking about my great Aunt Dorothy, my grandmother's sister.
Oh, good. I didn't want to confuse your two Dorothys together.
Well, I'm just saying, she's like my great Aunt Dorothy. She's my grandmother's sister. My grandmother passed away on my dad's side years ago, but she still has a sister who's alive. And every year as a kid, we would go to my Aunt Dorothy's growing up. But as time passed, my Aunt Dorothy's kids had kids, and those kids had kids.
Oh my God, they're multiplying.
Yeah, I know. And the party got very crowded at my Aunt Dorothy's house, so she wasn't really as interested in her great nieces and nephews coming to visit. Like, she still would like to see them, but like, she had her kids and her grandkids and then her great grandkids showing up, so we kind of backed off of it because like the house was full. We were still very much invited, but the house was full. But my dad, because it was his aunt, he never stopped going. Even when the rest of us stopped, he never stopped going. She still has that party every year, and my mother wants to go this year to say hi, so I will be going this year for the first time in probably 20 years. I'm gonna go to my great Aunt Dorothy's Christmas party. It's small, just for a little bit, because I know it's going to be crowded. But just to basically maybe go for an hour and just to say hi to her specifically. Because like, her sister's gone, and now my dad's gone. So it's really, I'm the next generation that's left from like that side of her family. So I am looking forward to saying hi. Because I'm pretty sure my uncle, who is still alive, he's in prison. I'm pretty sure. And my dad's brother, he's in prison. And then my dad's sister, who's still alive, she's probably not going. So, because I don't think I remember ever seeing her at that party.
Okay. Well, there we go. We are. I still need to do the pupil lights, but we're out of time here. I might try to do that on next whatever. But if we mark that one green, it looks like we've done a decent amount, but these are all stuff that we've had prepped, so I can't really consider that to be like.
You swapped out the rarity.
I swapped out the rarity. I cleaned up animation and a couple other things. But there's also these ones where we haven't even figured out exactly what will go in there. And also, like this whole scene from here to here is essentially
just have to fix
also done. Well, not done. It's done-ish. This one's gonna be a ton of work. That won't be too bad.
You kind of thought that one.
That won't be too bad. I have to look up that shot again. That shouldn't be too bad. This specific drawing won't be too bad. This one will be a bit of work, but I also have it kind of started.
Are you gonna show Psalm? That one's broken. Somebody broke it.
Yeah. Psalm. Yeah, I was going to.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be like, I kind of had an idea as what it will be, but it
she
be,
just
will
has,
take a bit of
I
work.
think her key mark is a candle.
But I have to double check what her outfit is.
Yeah.
She might be wearing something.
You can just have her wearing Tempest's armor.
I have to see what the scene says it is.
Okay.
I want to reference the material.
I was just kind of imagining there as a Tempest.
And then from there, this is very close to done. This scene is close to done, but I'm going to probably have to change some things.
Do you have to swap out the rarity?
I had to swap with the rarity, but like there's some parts of it that I'm not happy with, and like, well, these are very rough cuts. Like that is horrible lighting. That's not correct. And the background is empty, but like there has to be like the smoke coming in. I wanted to actually have the pink cloud coming in from the background, and I wanted to make it look decent. Like kind of wanted to make it look like it's coming up and over the edges. So like we'll figure that out later. This is the part that's going to be the most confusing because I still don't 100% know what I want to do on these.
I'm just kind of right now realizing that my great aunt Dorothy
Back to Dorothy
is one of the few people from that generation of my family who's left. And my grandparents are both gone. So
Christmas was such an event in our family because my parents grew up on dirt, starving poor, so they made up for the lack of childhood Christmases by turning it into a major celebration, which I think that's good on them. It's not them saying we don't have, so we can't give. They found other things to give and good experiences, because as you get older, material possessions start taking less precedence over experiences themselves, memories, because when you're a kid, material's nice because you can't get material stuff. When you get older, even if you don't have a lot of money, you can at least own things, you can have things, but experiences start becoming the bigger, more
there's some
important thing.
people who are very materialistic to the day they die.
Well, how many derpies do you have?
I need more derpies. It's not a matter of
you do want more derpies.
Well, yeah.
Where are you gonna put them?
I put the one I got recently on the living room table.
I know it's just been sitting there.
Yeah,
but where's your big plush net?
It's buried in my closet somewhere, and I really don't want to have to dig it out.
Well, wait. So you use the excuse of I don't need to put it up because I buried it.
I buried it. I don't want to. My closet is so full. Don't we?
Michael, do we need like do a hoarders episode?
No.
Oh, okay. Everybody vote if you want us to make a recording of going into Michael's room and cleaning out his closet.
I will burn this place to the ground.
Vote on your toasters. What's your thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is Michael's live stream until a week from Friday. So he will be gone for Friday stream, Sunday stream, and the next Tuesday stream. He'll probably be back the Friday after, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So he'll be gone for the next 3 streams. So say goodbye to Michael.
Say bye, Michael.
We haven't actually went over to him in a while, so we can have a retro.
Not ours. That is not.
He's playing Fallout.
It's a weird blue hair dude. Is that Fallout 4?
No, he's playing Fallout 3.
3. Yeah. 3 or New Vegas?
No, New Vegas is New Vegas.
I was gonna say it's New Vegas. That makes sense.
So yeah, that's perfectly fine then.
2 Fallout that just came out.
Hey, Michael,
it's probably very popular right now.
Fallout New Vegas is retro.
I mean, I'm okay with Fallout New Vegas being retro. You tell me Fallout 4 is retro, I'm gonna be sad.
So since Michael's not gonna be here Sunday, I was probably gonna play something different because just in case he couldn't show up. And so right now, unless somebody has some other idea,
probably I know.
My goal is I want to play My Little Puppy.
Did you not see Pwn?
I was gonna play My Little Puppy.
Play Pwn.
No, I was gonna play My Little Puppy.
No, don't play My Little Puppy.
It's a cute game of a little corgi that goes to heaven and he's got to find his owner.
Type in Pwn.
Michael, no, I'm playing My Little Puppy.
No, I just want you to type in Pwn. You can play My Little Puppy.
Nope, I don't care.
No. I'm gonna stay here. I'm never leaving.
Okay, well, you're getting up at 4 a.m.
Sit here till 4 a.m.
No, the My Little Pony, I believe, is about 5 hours long, so that's why I was going to play that. Yeah, because it's a very heartwarming, but also a tearjerker, as far as I know. But yeah, Prepare to Cry. Yeah, that was right. Why is My Little Puppy $18 even on discount? It is a pricier game, but like they put a lot of time into the animation quality and stuff, so like it's actually like a very good game. It's a very well designed, put together game, and if I remember right, it's a story because the creator of the game lost a corgi. They died, and they're trying to create a story and reminiscent of what their dog was hopefully having an experience of in heaven. But yeah,
I do like the title.
Yeah.
My little puppy, my little puppy.
Yeah, it's really well done. It's only a couple hours long, but it's rated 97%
I think
positive.
the person who made this.
Like what was it?
Well, don't read that.
No,
It spoils.
Yeah, game gets blurry about 10 minutes into it and never clears up. Even once you get back to the main menu, definitely, you're basically saying they're just eyes turned up. So, short as it is, sweet. So, yeah, it's but that's what I was gonna do because it was on sale. Might as well. That was actually the game I wanted to do before we started Clair Obscure, but then we didn't end up doing Clair Obscure. So, but yeah, we'll head over to a retro view otherwise. So. That first picture made it look like one of those meme games. Oh no, it's a very heartwarming game, and being that it's based on some person's real experience with their dog, to me that makes it even more worthwhile. So.
Aren't they doing a remaster of New Vegas?
I wouldn't be surprised, but it might be a little bit more difficult being it wasn't Bethesda.
Big Derp, go tag.
It is corgi. It has corgis too, because corgi, you get to watch bread butts run around for 5 hours. That sounds like a good idea. There's actually some really good animation too. Thank you, Hearts Foundry, for the cheers. Thank you to Sunset Last Saturday for the resub. Thank you to Hearts Foundry for the gift sub, and thank you to Plasma 5 for the raid.
Yes. Oh wow, he's the Legion isn't attacking him, which means he allied himself with the Legion.
Yeah,
I've never done a playthrough of that.
So yeah, we'll be back. I'll be back on Friday to work on some animation stuff. We'll see what we do then, and otherwise we'll see you guys then. Have a happy Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Otherwise, have a good week nonetheless. So we'll see you later, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, got a little better. I've never played